Attention, true believers. It's approaching. Looming over the horizon like a towering colossus.
Get ready to see what's coming up.
125,000 people.
The mayhem has started.
All the movie stuff, all the TV stuff, all the comic book stuff.
The energy at Comic-Con is fantastic.
We get love here. These are our people.
I now see why you come down here.
Go big or go home, man. Yeah? That's my motto.
About to be revealed to the public for the very first time.
We got an exclusive at Comic-Con.
There is some breaking news from Marvel Comics.
Have you ever seen such a thing?
You heard it here first. When it comes to superheroes, it's all about the threads.
We love Comic-Con!
Your character is a
Succubus.
You're welcome.
It is crazy crowded.
We're putting you into the middle of the action.
Get ready!
This is Comic-Con!
Oh, you're falling apart! Go! Go! Rush! To the stage! Now! TV must be made! This is why we can't have nice things! Hello, everybody!
We made it!
Somehow! We arrived. After you. I think I might be legally married to like 3 of the dudes down there
I think
that
somebody just grabbed
touch
my
me
butt.
inappropriately. Hey, welcome
thank you.
to the epicenter of pop culture and entertainment. It's an event unparalleled by any other. That's right, we're coming to you live from the San Diego Comic-Con 2011, presented by Stride Gum and Pizza Hut.
This is your first time here. How's the experience so far?
That's a question for you, my lady. How is your experience so far?
It's amazing!
If it is your first time here,
This is my
what would
first
you
time.
say?
I would say, this is amazing.
Did you enjoy the little run?
I did.
I felt bad. Some poor lady was just trying to get ketchup and mustard on her hot dog, and they were just held to the side. They almost tackled the
Some
guy
guy totally
that
grabbed
had a
my
garbage
butt.
bin. Oh, thank you.
No, mine.
Oh, no, I mean, it was me. So thank you for that. You got to get in while you can. I mean, we were in a crowd.
All right, let's get to it. We have got 4 hours jam-packed with up-to-the-minute news on the hottest movies, the most anticipated television shows, and the most mind-blowing comic book titles.
Yes, for the very first time, a Time Lord will be here live. That's Matt Smith, better known as the 11th Doctor Who.
Plus, we'll have the latest on the amazing Spider-Man. I had no idea the guy who started Facebook was that agile.
He really is, yeah. And later, we'll send Community's Danny Pudi to the show floor. Will he make it out alive?
I don't know.
It's probably a coin toss. I haven't checked his Twitter. He might actually have passed away. I don't know.
No.
We'll run an in memoriam.
Not really.
And in just a few minutes, Dr. Jon Favreau will be here to give away some free stuff, and we'll ask him questions.
All right, I can't
whether
wait.
he likes it or not.
But first, let's check in with our elite team of roving reporters stationed throughout the convention center.
G4 Avengers, assemble!
Here in San Diego, there's a lot to do even outside the Comic-Con floors. Like parties, events, and ziplining at Camp Playboy. Woo! Thanks, girls!
Okay, so there is a ton of movie news coming out of Comic-Con. A lot of it Marvel related, and most of it has to do with this guy right here and his amazing shield, which real metal, and I would like to take it home with me. So awesome.
Okay, check me out. I'm here at the Marvel stage giving out some free swag. Got some lovely t-shirts here. Keep watching the show to find out more about Comic-Con's giveaways. Wow!
Chris Gore here live from the floor at Comic-Con, where I'll be bringing you the latest in TV, movies. I'll be on the search for the nerd woman of my dreams at this fiesta I like to call Geekapalooza!
Look, man, all I'm saying is that it's hard to strike fear into the hearts of evildoers everywhere when you're made of bricks that babies chew on. I mean, I get it, his parents were murdered, but he's got a really bad attitude. I'm Blair Herter, I'm at Comic-Con, and we are looking at superhero crotches. You're welcome.
In
every mythology, there is a person or being who is the keeper and dispenser of knowledge. Guess what, everybody? Today, that's me. Yes, I am your Keymaster. Or wait, maybe I'm the ring bearer. Whatever. I like Keymaster. I will be talking to the fans here on the floor. And if you weren't lucky enough to make it here this year, don't worry, because I want to hear from you on the Twitters. Please don't forget to hashtag it with SDCC on G4.
Hey.
Just to show you how serious we are about star power, we thought we'd kick things off with, I don't know, a little blockbuster that everyone I personally know, and I know myself and you,
Yes?
are looking forward to. It's Cowboys and Aliens, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome one of our own to the stage, Mr. Jon Favreau.
Hey.
So exciting.
We'll let the applause ripple through concessions and make its way back now.
This brings back great memories, because if you remember, after the first Iron Man panel where we showed footage, my first stop was right here, and that's when it was all hitting me what Comic-Con was really about.
Yeah.
So here I am coming back with Cowboys and Aliens for the big premiere, and it's great to be talking to you guys.
But you're the king at Nerd Prom, though. Now it's not. Now you know what to expect. Now you get mobbed.
Yeah, it's fun.
Do you go through the aisles in a little Poke-mobile? Are you nice and isolated from
I
the
should,
fans?
right? I've been able to walk around pretty well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll get a mask if I can't, and I'll check out what's going on in the booths.
Is there anything that you're geeking out over?
My big geek out was actually at the Hard Rock. They had a whole showing of the artwork of Frank Frazetta, who I love. He's the fantasy painter that's been doing the Conan books, the John Carter of Mars, the Death Dealer, and Robert Rodriguez put that together, and I got to see those paintings. Wow, that was heart-stopping for me.
And now, do you have do you just tell the assistants to round them all up and put them in your car or your helicopter
or
what?
I wish. They're definitely not for sale, but just to be able to see them up close was that's right up my alley as a fanboy.
So it's one thing to make, I don't know, multi-billion-dollar blockbusters and show up and have the film that everybody's talking about, which they are, by the way.
Yeah,
truly, everybody's talking about it.
Good.
But
he knows that, though. Come on.
I don't, but I'm happy to hear it.
I'm telling you, it's happening. They're all talking about it. But instead of resting, you've been moonlighting as a DJ.
Yeah,
that's what Aisha Tyler told us yesterday.
It's a hobby of mine.
Is it really?
If you're old enough to remember HR Pufnstuf on television, which you guys aren't,
I've seen it
you'll
on the
love all my
YouTube.
movies.
No, I've seen pieces of it.
The point is, for a guy who's 44 years old, I'm pretty good. But I do mostly old rap and rock, and I'm definitely an amateur. But it was fun to surprise people at the party at JoeBlow.com.
Sure.
So I showed
no
up.
one
Just
knew you were doing it?
a couple people knew I might come in, but to me, that's part of what the fun of Comic-Con is.
Yeah.
Come in there, and people couldn't believe I was doing it. And by the time they figured out I wasn't that good at it, I was able to get off stage.
Exactly. And
You
good night,
just never
everybody.
know what to expect here. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the goods then. Cowboys and Aliens, based off of a comic book. How on earth do you? First of all, you should punch me. It's a graphic novel. I mean, how dare I?
That's fine.
But how do you blend the two genres, like alien sci-fi film and traditional Western?
It is fun. I tell you, it was a great way to explore. Once again, the Western.
Working on set. I mean, are you distracted by her beauty?
Only when
I
she
think
was.
she's like
Only
one
the
of-
one day she was naked. When she was naked on the set, there's a scene you'll see.
really
Go on.
naked?
No.
Was she really naked?
Tell me
I don't
more.
want to spoil it. Well, she was close enough that everybody. And the thing is, when you rehearse, you're wearing a robe.
Yeah.
And then when
you
you open
take
the
it
robe
off.
on the take,
Show
there
the
were a lot
goods.
of very quiet Apache extras
I bet,
that
yeah,
day. Let's
yeah.
put it that way. But to make her comfortable, I was naked on the set too.
Oh, that's always very
And that
sweet.
was very
That's so nice of you.
distracting to the crew. Not a lot of work got
You don't
done.
even wear a robe in rehearsal. You just all the
Craft
time.
service
But,
table.
Exactly.
Nobody ate the dip that day. Let me tell you that.
Who put their finger in the cake? Oh, John. Not cool. So now, when you're blending, obviously when you're doing a sci-fi film, effects are going to be a part of it. But on the Western side of things, are there special effects as well? Do we have CG horses?
Oh,
that
sure.
are...
Oh, no, we tried to keep everything practical.
Good.
And the hard part with the horses is if an alien's attacking a horse, the horse has to react, and you don't have a real alien.
Right.
And you can't really do bad things to the
Yeah.
animals. So
Please, please don't.
It was no animals were harmed in this movie.
I love that.
It is, but here's a very important question. Where and how can the fans go to the screening?
Well, we've been giving out gold bricks, and some of them
Uh-huh.
have premiere tickets in them. We have street teams out there, and there's on Twitter, if you go to @CowboysAliens, not Cowboys and Aliens, @CowboysAliens, they will tell you where the next street team's going to be handing those bars out. And then we're going to have the big premiere and the big red carpet. and room for all the fans to sit in the bleachers and
so
watch
awesome.
the
And
stars.
that's tonight.
That's
That's awesome.
tonight at the San Diego Civic Center.
You've got to be confident, though. You have to be, knowing that this is the audience that's going to be tweeting before the title sequence
If
is
the
done.
crowd is open to the concept, they're going to get blown away.
I love it. Well, what about our poor fans that are down there? They might not have a chance to follow it on Twitter right
Well,
now. Is there any way-
I have a couple tickets,
Shut up.
so we can give some out. We save some seats.
Yes.
There's 2,000 seats, so hopefully we'll get a lot of these guys in there. I have a couple pair right now.
Can we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
John,
go downstairs.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
so much.
John Favreau, everybody,
There they
please,
are.
by all means, take it
Amazing.
away.
Go down? Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Let's do it. Not only do we bring nerd royalty to the stage, but then he comes
Yeah,
down to
couple
give
here.
gifts to the peasants.
There we go.
Look at it, making
This
eye
doesn't get any
contact.
better.
He's making eye contact with actual fans. He is
Oh
a
my
god.
gosh.
John Favreau is the same, and
Are
he's
you
handing out
kidding
way
me?
more passes than I thought.
I'm all
John
done. all
Favreau,
done.
ladies and gentlemen.
I got no more.
He just
Give it up for
packed
John
his movie
Favreau.
with all sorts of questionable fans.
See you
I
there.
hope he knows what he just did. Wow. That was awesome.
That was amazing.
Thank you, John, for that. All right, coming up, Blair Butler is actually over at DC Comics distilling the most important news into a bite-sized morsel for you, easy to digest. A little
Nice.
pellet.
And Rose McGowan will be here on our stage for Conan the Barbarian. Find out whether or not this barbarian will someday run for governor right after this.
I hope I can clean her house.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Stride 2.0, the ridiculously upgraded, ridiculously long-lasting gum.
Get the crews to their fighters. Put all sections on alert. Fire when ready.
We've got a bit of a situation here, guys. I am inside a replica of the Rebel base where they are showing off 40 hours of bonus material for the Blu-ray of all 6 movies that are coming out. We are getting ready to destroy the Death Star. May the Force be with us. That's no moon!
DC Comics is the home of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern, but this September their universe is going through some major changes. 52 of them, to be exact. All right, I am here with DC co-publishers Jim Lee and Dan DiDio. Guys, you're doing a huge reboot of the entire DC universe. Tell everybody what's going on.
Yeah, this September, we're taking all 52 books that comprise the DC Universe line, and we are relaunching with number ones. It's never been done before, unprecedented. We're renumbering Action Comics number 1, Detective Comics. It's not just a renumbering, we're also changing the costumes, changing a lot of the creative content, really setting the stage for really bringing new people into comics, making DC Comics really relevant and open to a new generation of readers.
It's a great time for new readers to jump on, but I know some longtime readers are curious, what about the existing DC continuity?
Well, the good part about the existing DC continuity is that we're continuing on some of our most popular storylines right now. Things like Brightest Day, the Green Lantern story, Batman are all continuing through and picking up almost where they left off. But some of the things that we wanted to reinvigorate, like the Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Teen Titans, well, those things are taking some interesting twists and turns, but it's all going to tie into a full continuity that really brings the DC Universe working as one unit.
Can you tell me a little bit about the book that you are drawing, and that is a huge keystone of this new DC Universe?
Right, it's the Justice League, all the major iconic characters of the DC Universe. It's coming out August 31st. I'm working with awesome writer Jeff Johns.
A couple of the new covers for Action Comics have come out, and everyone's like, what's up with Superman wearing jeans?
You know, somebody wrote me and said that's Bruce Springsteen's Superman. Actually, you know what? It's actually a story point. The first arc of Action Comics, written by Grant Morrison, drawn by Rags Morales, actually sets up the stages of the early days of Superman. This is actually the story of him getting the costume and what it's about and what purpose it means to him and why he wears it.
Yeah, good story point is that both Action and Justice League are set like 5 years prior to all the other 52 books. So it's kind of like DC Universe Year 1, and so we're really doing a lot of backstory that sets up the things that are in the other 50 books.
Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing an entirely new DC Universe this September.
Oh my gosh.
That's a weird fetish.
That's crazy.
I hope he's all right.
Welcome back to the mecca of pop culture, Comic-Con 2011, presented by Pizza Hut.
That's right, we are high above a sea of spandex and glitter and more than a few wands from Ollivanders, I think. Right now we're going to check in with Allison Hayslip, who's with fans on the floor. Allison.
Oh, guys, I am with fans, and I have multiple times declared my love for Gambit on this show. And look, I have found an incredible Gambit right here. Now, sir, I have to say, this costume is pretty magnificent, but Gambit's more than just looks. He has some skills. You have something for us?
Skills?
All right. Woo!
Play with the cards.
We have some good card tricks. Oh, my gosh.
Let's see what we can do.
Can you guys do that? Woo! Oh, my gosh. It's getting hot in here, guys. It's getting a little warm. I better give it back to the stage. By now, you have realized that changing the channel would be a fatal mistake, right? Right? You know who else made a fatal mistake? Every villain from everything ever. You don't want to be a dead villain, do you? Nope. Then stay here because we have got Rose McGowan from Conan the Barbarian live on our stage in just a few minutes, right? Woo! Awesome.
On the other side of the door behind me is a revelation about Robot Chicken that Seth Green has given that is so important that you can only get in by appointment only, and I'm the only one to get in by appointment only. Also, I made that up.
You have now officially been on our Comic-Con coverage more than me. We love talking to you about Robot Chicken. How deep does the well of ideas go, man? You're still cranking out good stuff.
Oh, well, thank you for that. It kind of evolves every season, and we always try and take a fresh perspective at it. We realized in the third season that we actually had a degree of an audience, and so it was our responsibility to make something worth watching. So we really put a lot of effort into it.
Come on, let's go fight some food!
How much of what kind of the fans say to you guys and what they respond to kind of dictates what you're going to do the next season?
We definitely pay attention if people like stuff, and we love being in a position to make it. So we just try and make it as cool as we can because we know that we're the ones in the audience.
What are you doing this season? I mean, it's been around for a long time now, man.
I think we're starting our 6th season.
Happy Chili Day, everyone! I hope you have your spoons.
We still just constantly kind of go like, wouldn't it be funny if Rainbow Bright and G.I. Joe went out on a date? We're still having a lot of fun doing it. And I think Sethy and I have said that anytime it stops being fun, we'll stop doing it, but it hasn't yet, so.
Later, Todd!
So Seth Green and Comic-Con go together like peanut butter and my dog. Might be kind of weird, but it's always satisfying.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Pizza Hut. All your favorites at great prices every day.
So you have a guy dressed up as a dog, and he's supposed to be a real dog, and he talks.
Scared you, eh? Give you quite a fright, did I?
Confused? So am I. Let's check out what the F is going on with Wilfred. Tell me about the unique humor behind Wilfred. It's very different.
A lot of the comedy comes out of this dog person named Wilfred, who's sort of becoming a guide to Ryan.
There's our little man. You like dogs?
Yeah. Ryan's in this period of recovery, essentially. He's trying to find himself and become a stronger individual and kind of live life in a way that he's never lived before. And Wilfred is sort of the guide for that.
When was the last time you felt this good?
What lessons can we learn from Wilfred?
How to trust your natural instinct and throw away some of the social things that suppress us.
Maybe it's time you quit playing ball with them and just play ball with me.
I think what I learned today is that furries are really man's best friend. I'm gonna have to check out more Wilfred.
Magic is bull. Penn and Teller are full of. I'm going to talk to them about lies. So I'm here with Penn and Teller, who have a new show coming out this year called Tell a Lie. Now, guys, tell us about this show.
We give X number, 6 or 7 stories, your usual science, fascinating discovery type stories.
Yeah.
And one of them is a complete unmitigated lie. And you watch the hour-long show and try to figure out which one of the pieces is the one we're lying about.
I'm really, really bad at lying. So would you?
are?
I suck.
That is what everybody says who's
Yeah.
really good at lying. You seem pretty devious to me. See, she's backed out instantly. Instantly she backed out in the I can't lie well thing.
It is nerd humor at its best. The Big Bang Theory crashes Comic-Con with a complex algorithm of Emmy noms.
Priya just made a snide comment about your acting career. What the hell did she say? She thinks it's cool you're following your dream no matter what.
We left off last season. From Sheldon's point of view, he sort of had a new roommate in Raj, and it was really working out.
Just think of me as a brown Martha Stewart.
There's some other side story where Raj and Penny slept together that Sheldon doesn't give a damn about, except that it may affect his apartment situation again.
From what I hear in this coming season, there's going to be some wedding planning, which is super exciting, and Howard dealing with Bernadette earning more than him.
I was headhunted by a big pharmaceutical company. They're gonna pay me a buttload of money.
Well, we've always talked about these guys maturing very, very slowly.
Do boys really ever grow up? I don't think they're going to grow up.
Came in and out of Roseanne for about 5 years, but that sounded horrible.
It's personally gratifying because I'm a science person to be on a show that is so appropriately and accurately about scientists. And I think it also sheds light on the other half of humanity.
That's brilliant. It's what I do.
I just love the Big Bang Theory. It's like I just watched my nerdy little brother make out with a supermodel. So proud. So proud.
I tell you, the crowd below is so loud, I didn't actually hear the TARDIS land. I didn't, but the police box has got to be around here somewhere, because with us now are Matt Smith and Karen Gillan from Doctor Who!
Welcome!
Hey, thanks for having
Thank
us.
you so much for coming. Now, this is your first Comic-Con, right?
Yes, it is our first time.
Are
and
you
it's-
loving it? Crazy!
Yeah, it's overwhelmingly brilliant. Yeah, I mean,
How are the British fans different from the Comic-Con fans? Is there any difference?
yeah. You know, what we love about coming to the States is that people are so, like, you know...
Expressive.
people whoop and holler and cheer.
Yeah.
And I got to take my hats off to the kind of American sci-fi fans. No one quite does it like you guys do.
That's awesome.
Do the British fans, part of my ignorance, do they just sip their tea and
No,
just be like, oh,
I mean,
I'm a
they're
fan,
great.
I'm a fan,
The British
I'm a fan.
fans are true bloods, you know, but they, you know, the British are just a bit more like...
Yeah, we're a little more reserved, you know.
Yeah. Americans are like, yeah, man!
I'm a good fan. They're like, I tattooed your name on my arm.
Yeah.
It's still bleeding. All right, well, Doctor Who's been on television for what, like 50 plus years now?
We're going into the 50th year, actually.
That's incredible. And you're the 11th Doctor.
I am.
Now, when you get a role like that, do you lock yourself in a closet and just watch every single episode to study? Or do you say, I want to bring a fresh approach to this. I don't want to know all the sources.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was quite intriguing for me, obviously, because I'd never really watched the show that much, because when we were kids, it wasn't on the television.
Really?
Yeah, so kind of sadly, we missed all of that. And of course, David Tennant was so popular, and Russell and Julie were, so yeah, there's always a sort of inherent pressure with any job you do, but particularly when you take over a part as iconic as the Doctor, it's a bit more, I suppose. But you just try and be as clear and true to your creative choices as you can be, and have fun with it, you know?
Now, Karen, you're also new. Is there a lot of pressure being the Doctor's companion? And how have you embraced that responsibility?
Well, yeah, there is a lot of pressure. I kind of didn't think about it at the time when I was filming the first series that we did together. And it was only afterwards, in retrospect, I was like, whoa, actually, that was a huge thing.
Yeah. You
started to
Only
freak out afterwards?
Yeah,
Like-
which was actually really handy.
That first month that we had, like when we were filming the Weeping Angels episode and we were on the beach, and then we were just like looking back.
Yeah.
The pressure was insane, wasn't it?
But you just didn't realize it at the time?
Yeah.
No, because you're so
That's
involved
the
in-
best way for it to go.
Yeah, I'm really glad.
Your first panel, by the way, I know people are already lined up now for it, which is insane, but it's not happening until tomorrow, right? Sunday?
Tomorrow, 12:30.
Are you guys revealing any major secrets? Do you have any stunts planned?
We've got a few exclusive clips.
Yeah.
Well, that means we have something exclusive. What are you showing?
Well, we are going to show, I think, a clip for the next section of the series.
Yeah.
Maybe some stuff from episode 8, I think.
Matt, what might be in that clip?
Well, we
tell us all about it. Come on,
Gotta get something out of you guys.
Stuff with the new monsters. There's going to be a Minotaur. The big new monster's going to be in episode 8.
Yeah.
Karen fighting off the Hambots rather
I'm
brilliantly.
doing my own stunt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
She's great in
awesome.
it,
Did
man.
you train like crazy for it?
No, I just did a rehearsal.
They just gave you a sword and said, swing away.
Yeah. Put it in slow-mo.
You
with the
did
hair.
though. You did with kind of Elsa. You did all that
I
movement
did.
stuff.
I did some movement work. Yeah.
Now, when does the second half of season 6 return?
Late summer.
Yeah, late summer, which is I guess like
Soon,
August,
right?
September.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
And we'll be
Awesome.
back on the air, back on BBC America. You know.
And I just got to know, for going around a convention, any convention from Doctor Who must be crazy. Going around to Comic-Con, being from Doctor Who, do you even say your name or show an ID, or do you just kick down any door you guys want and just start taking booze? Like, what is the experience for you guys outside of the show floor?
We've been walking around the streets and it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
there was a
sure.
great moment yesterday actually when we were walking round and we'd gone for some dinner and coming towards us were the Doctor,
And
Amy
Amy.
Pond and River Song, like full kitted out, and literally we
all
were there
went-
and they went.
Oh my God. That was so surreal.
Yeah, really cool.
Then you realize they're actually committing identity fraud. They were going around as you guys. That's not
I
cool.
know,
Sorry.
I know. And like we quite like the idea that actually they just got dressed like that and they had no idea what Doctor Who was.
Exactly. What do all
It was
these
just a
fans here? I have
mistake.
no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a typical Friday for
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
I love it. Well, Matt and Karen, you guys are amazing, and we're huge Doctor Who fans. I know everybody out there is as well. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
taking
you for
time
having
out
us
of
on,
the
guys.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you. And good luck with the panel tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks.
You guys
Look
look
for the
for...
adventures. Oh,
No.
go for it.
You go, Candace.
Look for the adventures of the 11th Doctor to resume on BBC America this fall.
All right, our coverage of Comic-Con Live 2011 is just starting to heat up. It's actually about to get prehistoric. Stephen Lang from Terra Nova is coming to our stage directly from the Cretaceous period. That's nice of him.
But first, let us hear from the other women too.
Yes, let's hear the lamentations of those women and the men, because Rose McGowan from Conan the Barbarian will join us right after this. Stick around.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Every time we come back from break, someone's dead. We gotta geek down.
Now, one's maybe the hip things to carry right now, thanks to the Deathly Hallows, but next year, the must-have accessory of the con could be a club.
It will be. Joining us now on the stage today,
It
the
will
incredibly lovely Rose McGowan, the star of Conan the Barbarian. Hello, Rose.
Hi!
Thank you for putting down your words with friends long enough to come and chat with us. Are you an addict? Do you have an
I
issue?
am an addict. It's actually a perfect way for me to stay contacted and connected with people without actually having to speak to them. I found it's the key to really enhancing
Friends and
relationships.
family? It's just
friends
like-
and family.
yeah.
It's a great way to deal with my mom.
I love it.
Now, after seeing what your character Marique looks like in Conan, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a costume that we see all around the con next year.
I hope so. You know, and I hope they start at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to say,
and
can you
sit there for
explain
6
what went
hours
into that?
perfectly still. It was the most
Is that
intense
really?
thing.
That was really the process.
That was
to
really the
get through
process.
it?
6 hours, and
Just
then
for the makeup and
well, the prosthetics.
Yeah.
And then I would start filming with everybody else. So it wound up being like 18-hour days. Normally, you have to have legally, union-wise,
But
a
you agreed to
12-hour
it?
turnaround. The movie wouldn't have been finished. I just every single day I was like, yeah, lie, yeah, lie,
So
yeah, lie.
how much sleep? Yeah, and you're saying this on live TV. How much sleep did you actually get with that?
4 hours, maybe. But
gosh,
it looks kick-ass. The movie's
I'm
kick-ass.
sure it's all
totally
worth it.
worth
It's amazing.
And then when it's out and it's done with the DVD release and all that stuff, then you just sue and you get all that back time. It's going to
Right,
be
I'd be like,
incredible.
pay up, people.
Union wage, let's go.
Union.
All right, so now tell me, when you're stuck in that makeup chair, is that when you words with friends and you
No,
hop
I-
onto Spotify, or what? Can
no,
you do anything?
I literally couldn't move.
Really?
I was
really. You couldn't do
completely
anything.
still.
Oh my lord.
No, but I played really good music.
Oh, there we go. What are you into
Right?
these days?
Well, at the time, I think I was annoying them with Patsy Cline and things like that. 'Cause, by the way, it's 2 in the
2 o'clock
morning.
in the
I'm not
morning.
playing AC/DC.
Right, exactly. Well, I don't
know. Could
That
you
might have been, the AC/DC might have been for the hour removal process.
Right, a little back and
Would
black.
you be
Let's
able
get
to
it
like
off and go.
sleep sitting up? No.
Because
then you
But
go
the
like
cool
this.
thing is that I was in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't get into the outfits, which were very hard to move in,
Uh-huh.
for a little while. So I'd be walking around, in sweatpants, sweatshirt, with my head and my
Oh
hair.
my God.
And the Bulgarians all thought that's what I actually looked like.
Oh, incredible.
They were like,
You just got your Jamba and the
Those
Juicy
crazy
Couture.
Americans,
Like, hey.
right? No, I don't do Juicy Couture.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we don't.
No,
Heaven forbid.
we don't do Terry Claw. The we.
Are you into the whole swords and sorcery thing? Was that?
I love swords and I love broadsword training. And broadswords are so much fun. When I went to Bulgaria, I was up to fighting about 4 kind of Asian dudes off with bamboo sticks, and then switched to like a wooden broadsword. And I have to say, it's at a place in Inglewood, which is not where you would expect to be a huge place for your broadsword fighting. And it was awesome. It's great exercise.
I bet. Are there any other films?
Kicking men's asses.
It's it'll be like it's cardio striptease and then
show me how
broadswords.
that's
Right,
done,
okay, yeah,
please?
okay, all right, and then gladly murdered.
Wow.
Happily murdered.
Yay!
They're fully murdered.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna check that off the bucket list, Rose. It was a pleasure to chat with you. I can't wait. Can't wait to actually see the movie.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Rose McGowan, everybody.
All right now let's check in with Allison Hayslip down on the show floor.
Hello.
All right, my first impression of Comic-Con is this. People are passionate about the stories they love. Like this guy right here. That's right. I like, by the way, that your name is just Steve on his badge. I don't know how he got that, but it's kind of obvious. What are you?
I'm an Ewok from the forest moon of Endor.
Fantastic. I've also been told that you have a little dance for us.
I do. It's called the Yub Nub.
Can we see it?
It's a traditional Ewok dance, and that's how it goes.
Can I do it with you? Can we get everyone doing this? Yeah, everyone. There we go. By the way, you're singing.
Oh, yeah, it's the Yub Nub song. Yeah.
I've never seen an Ewok with glasses before, only at Comic-Con. I love it. All right, now let's find out what trouble Blair Herter got himself into on the show floor.
Okay, so I'm a huge Lego fan, right? I have never, ever lied about that. Well, Lego blew my mind here at Comic-Con because they made 2 huge announcements. Number 1, Lego superheroes. If you built every Batman set like me, don't worry, 2012 will be your year. Just hit up LegoSuperheroes.com, check that out. Number 2, Lego Constructions. That's a constructible action figure. You can build your own Hulk and Iron Man and Green Lantern and Batman. They come in minifigures and also buildable sets. Or you can create your own Super Green Lantern, Hulk, a Batman, and Iron Man. Why don't I have a girlfriend? I build crime fighters for every possible scenario. Call me, ladies.
Coming up, Chris Gore will give us the lowdown on the Pizza Bomber comedy. 30 minutes or less in less than 4 minutes. Now look, you've got enough time to get a soda, but I want you back here before this commercial break is over, okay? You understand me? You understand me?
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Axe Shower. Whatever goes down, Axe will fix you up.
Guess what? You just brought a gun to a box fight, officer.
30 minutes or less in 30 seconds or less. Go, please.
Yeah, it's based on a guy who wants to kill his dad, open up a tanning salon / brothel, but he doesn't want to kill his dad to get his inheritance.
You want to be a millionaire, Travis? You got to start thinking like one.
So he gets Jesse Eisenberg and Aziz Ansari to rob a bank and get the money to pay me to kill his dad.
Get him! Whoa, yo, dude, just take the pizza, man.
It's this action comedy starring myself, Danny McBride, Jesse Eisenberg, and Nick Swartzen, and it's directed by Ruben Fleischer, the guy who directed Zombieland. It's really funny, and I hope people go see it.
Sibling rivalry reaches new heights when brothers Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton take it to the ring in Warrior.
What do you say? I can do this.
This is a MMA film, so do you think that'll give it an edge?
It's a fighting movie, but, you know, as all good movies are, it's got a really good human story first. The fighting's just a garnish.
Do you watch any MMA fights in preparation for the film?
We were dosed up a lot on MMA and chicken and broccoli for like 6 months. Yeah, that's all we ate.
You play brothers in the film, so was there any real-life sibling rivalry between you guys?
Just complete love.
You guys were just kicking each other in the shins just now.
Yeah, but that's love.
In the upcoming thriller, The Raven, a killer mimics his murders on the writings of Edgar Allan Poe. Now that's taking plagiarism to a dangerous level. Literary buffs might be shocked to hear that this is not an adaptation of the actual poem. Can you kind of tell us what to expect?
It's a fictionalized account of his last 4 days. There's a serial killer who starts to reenact his horror stories. So he writes another story, and then those start to come to life. So then it's like this Poe imagining the serial killer is the serial killer dreaming Poe.
How did you approach this character?
Just read everything about him and then sort of tried to go as close as I could to the abyss without going actually mentally insane.
If you were to become a serial killer, what books would you base your material off of, your killing spree?
I definitely invent my killing spree rather than being a copycat killer. And I would target men between 50 and 75.
Okay, how come? They're easier to catch?
I think they're slower.
Look at that. I want some money. Throw it up this way. The greatest stories often begin with the phrase, once upon a time, so why not stack the deck and make it the name of your show? Joining us right now are the stars, Robert Carlyle and Jennifer Goodwin.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Robert, thanks to your role as Dr. Rush on SVU, you're no stranger to Comic-Con.
No, I'm not.
How does it feel to be back?
It's wonderful.
Do you love it?
I love it,
You're
yeah.
loving every second of it, right?
You gotta love Comic-Con.
I know,
It's
right?
so unique. It's a unique festival, you know, and it's wonderful to be here. It's not the kind of place I would have come if I wasn't here. But
exactly.
it's nice to get invited, for sure.
Now, Jennifer, this is your first time at Comic-Con,
Yes,
right?
I was a Comic-Con virgin until about 5 minutes ago.
and this is like the first thing you walked into.
Yes, no, this is overwhelming and marvelous. The
So-
energy is really very unusual and positive.
Yeah,
and
right?
exciting.
Any highlights so far, or you're just like getting ready to experience
I'm
everything?
so impressed with all the costumes. I wish I was in one.
Aren't they amazing?
I guess
You
I
should
kind
have
of
come
am
in
in
one.
an actress costume.
Now, in Once Upon a Time, you both played two different roles. One
Yes.
in the reality world and one in real life. Fantasy world and reality. How does that work?
Okay, it's me then.
Explain it to us.
You're the pro.
Well, our show takes place in two different realities. We have fantasy, fairy tale land, and then we have the real world. I play Rumpelstiltskin in the fairy tale land.
You play Rumpelstiltskin.
I do. And in the real world, I play a character called Mr. Gold. And
Really?
Mr. Gold is probably very closely related to Rumpelstiltskin.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't know that he was Rumpelstiltskin,
Okay.
but he was.
Yes.
As was everyone else in Storybrooke. They are all the fairy tale characters that you see in the fairy tale part of the film. They are in the modern part
Yes,
also.
we've all been cursed into forgetting who we are and what we want and whom we love.
So you don't know who you used to be.
No, and in fact, our real life characters, our modern day characters, and the ironic part being that for us, the fairy tale realm is real life. But in our modern day world, we are sort of the amalgamation of negative characteristics as imposed upon us by this evil queen. So whereas our version of, for instance, Snow White, who I play in the fairy tale realm,
That's who you
is
play.
a real badass. You know, she's a very lonely, insecure woman in the modern world. She's had everything taken from her, and since what she wants desperately is love, that is the one thing that's completely unattainable for her.
Really? Well, do you love like getting to dress up as the two and getting to play the two?
Oh,
do you
there's
play them
nothing
completely
like it.
differently?
Yes, I do. Well, we all do. We all play our two different characters very differently from each other.
That's awesome. Now, two of the writers are from Lost. So does that mean that we're going to be obsessively examining like every episode for hidden clues, number sequences, and Easter eggs? Yes?
Many Easter
Oh, that's
eggs.
so
in it.
great. I love that.
We not only have Easter eggs that are new, that will be sort of a gift for the folks who have not, that maybe who were not as obsessed with Lost as say I was. But those of us who were
So is that a dream?
obsessed with Lost, oh yes, we'll actually find lost Easter eggs throughout.
Really?
Oh yes,
Oh,
throughout
that's
our series.
so cool. So is it a dream just like getting to work with these guys?
Oh, it's absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, they had me at Eddie Kitsis and Adam Horowitz. They really did.
Now, is there anything we should be looking for in the pilot episode?
Looking for as far as those Easter eggs go?
Yes.
I can't give anything
Come
away.
on,
No.
give
That's for the
Okay.
fans. The fans will find them.
All right, well, how long will we have to wait for the first episode?
So,
Once Upon a Time.
23rd.
October 23rd.
Sunday, October 23rd at 8 p.m. on ABC.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
to
Thank you very
Robert
much.
and Jennifer so much.
Thanks a lot.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
If Comic-Con is the beating heart of pop culture, then Twitter is the nervous system that carries all the messages. So let's take a fantastic journey into what the hive mind is saying at this very moment. We have some great tweets. Let's see. Damian M. Hawkins says, can we see some bodacious coverage on Amazing Spider-Man yet? Would love to see Bustus do it. Keep up the awesomeness. Damian, I actually have an in with Bustus, so I'll see what I can do about that. Cool. Let's see. Swarly333 says, This has been a wonderful show so far. You're doing fantastic, and I am geeking out hard. That sounds like a personal problem, but you're welcome. Anderson J says, geeking out with Comic-Con coverage on G4. Probably won't leave my couch for the next 4 hours. Properly, the answer is no, you won't. And since you're going to listen to me, we know you're dying to be here. We're going to throw some Comic-Con exclusives at you. How about a Halo Master Chief Platinum action figure? Yes, you're welcome. And remember to keep tweeting with the hashtag SDCC on G4.
All right. You guys remember Land of the Lost? Okay, good. Now forget that, because Terra Nova is the dramatic version of man versus dinosaurs in the Cretaceous period. And Stephen Lang, he's no stranger to being a badass at a strange land. And guess what? He's right here, right now. Stephen Lang, pleasure to meet you, sir.
Kevin, good to
Huge
be here.
fan. Thank you for not crushing my hand and my soul with your stare. You're a powerful man. Your first Comic-Con, correct me if I'm wrong, was it last year with Avatar?
2 years ago, Avatar.
2 years ago, Avatar. Okay.
Absolutely.
Did it prepare you for this, or?
Nothing can prepare you for Comic-Con. It's a revelation every time you come, but having been here before, at least I was somewhat prepared for the onslaught, for the energy, for the enthusiasm.
I mean, some people need a team of like elite security guards to walk around. I imagine you could just throw an elbow or three and knock out a Pokemon and a Conan and whoever else is down there dressed up.
Except Scooby-Doo almost got me just a few minutes ago.
You got to pull the mask off. He's not Scooby. That's always the trick in that series. So tell us about Terra Nova. Is this the show? Is it about saving the future, or is it about escaping the future?
Oh, it's a good question, and I imagine that it depends which character you ask. Some people definitely are escaping a very bleak future, but for my role, Commander Nathaniel Taylor, it really is about creating a new beginning. It's a Spielberg show, so there's a real spirit of optimism to it, of real humanism to it, I think.
I've heard of this guy, Spielberg. He's an up-and-comer, right? He's mostly on the indie circuit.
Yeah.
Now, does Steve show up to... I call him Steve. We're on a first-name basis.
Why not?
Does he show up to set, or do you just talk to him through Skype, like on a laptop, and he tells you where to go?
He's the man behind the curtain. He's the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, but working on a project like that, everybody must know that they're a part of something special when they're on set.
Well, you hope so. We're trying to build something. We have a terrific team of actors and producers and writers and the special effects team. Everybody is top notch, you know.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned that you could crush me just with a stare. Your roles are pretty much known for being badasses.
Yeah.
Like your character's always badasses. Nathaniel Taylor, is he any different? Is he a hard ass?
He's a badass. He's a hard ass with a heart of gold, I think. A lot of the roles I've played, some of them are coming from some real points of anger and maybe some bitterness and cynicism. Taylor's an idealist, born and bred, yeah.
And
on the other hand, he's under a lot of stress.
And so, does that manifest itself in pushing around some people at times?
He does. He has to occasionally. Basically, his philosophy is it's my way or the highway.
Sometimes it has to be when you're in charge of the future of the free world.
Absolutely.
Now, the Terra Nova panel was this morning, right?
It was.
Any ridiculous questions from fans? Are they trying to poke holes in the lore or the mythology, or?
Not yet. No. Nobody asked us, about the butterfly effect or anything like that. They were very appreciative, actually. I think they were kind of cogitating on it. They just seen the first hour of it, and the response was very good. The best response we got was when a dinosaur ate somebody. So what does that tell you?
Isn't that nice?
You know?
Yeah.
They're a bloodthirsty group here.
Now, when you're on set, is it like a giant green tarp, and they tell you, all right, that's going to be a dinosaur. It might kill you. Act scared.
Right. Yes. That's it.
Now I know how they do it.
Yeah, that's the very sophisticated technique that's involved. Be frightened
of this giant green tarp. I love that.
Exactly.
Now, you're also a warlord in Conan the Barbarian. You're everywhere.
Yeah.
Are you a pacifist? Are you also a hard ass in that one as well?
I'm sorry. What is a pacifist again?
What is your death toll? Do you tick one off each time?
Conan?
In Conan, yeah.
Oh, it's high.
Is it?
It's high, yeah. But there's. Oh yeah, he's very hard. He's about as badass as I scared myself in that.
Unseen places, that's where you went.
I made myself sick.
But I'm sure we don't see any of that violence, right? It's like sword goes up and it cuts away, because you want to keep it a family-friendly movie, right?
It's an R-rated film.
Oh, good.
The mandate is a decapitation every page and a half. What can I tell you?
Guys, I've turned 2. Now let's go back in there and put in some dismemberment.
But in a good way.
Of course. It's integral to the characters and the story every time the head rolls.
No, it's a lot of fun. It's a big popcorn epic.
All right, so we're running out of time, but I have to ask, because we talked about people poking holes in things and internet rumors and whatnot. There's a couple swirling around the internet regarding Avatar. Last I checked, your character didn't survive the first one, but I heard you might actually be coming back. Is that crazy internet talk? You're paralyzing me with fear right now. I was hoping for a yes. I'm going to take that as a maybe, and I'm not going to question any further.
I can't say anything more. There's nothing to say.
I love that.
I'm here, Avatar is another time and another place. Today is all Terra Nova.
I love it. I still hope to see you back, and I'll absolutely be watching Terra Nova
Thanks,
as well.
Kevin.
Stephen,
Good to be
truly
here,
a
man.
pleasure to chat with you. Thanks so much for coming out. Stephen Lang, everybody. Terra Nova debuts in September on Fox.
Be there.
And we still have 3 hours of live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 on the way. Stick around. I'll be right back, and the rest of us will be right back right after this.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Toshiba's LED TV. We thought of everything.
Happy at Comic-Con. It doesn't matter.
I danced with them.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Are you pregnant?
Maybe.
Fantastic. Comic-Con babies. Welcome back to G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 presented by Stride Gum. Coming up on the show, Kevin Alejandro from True Blood
Ooh, I like how you say his
will
name.
join us on stage. Thank you. He'll probably leave some voodoo curse behind, but whatever. We're out of here after today.
Then, thankfully, Adam Savage and Jamie Hyman from Mythbusters will debunk everything those True Blood people told us about black magic.
And later on in the show, Nathan Fillion will be here live. And all the ladies within a 20-yard proximity will probably faint dead away.
Well, he does have a lot of hubba.
If you say so, Candace.
He does.
He does. Now, there's only one downside to hosting the show. We don't actually get to run around the floor and cosplay all day long.
But Alex Simwise gets to roam the floor, and she's here to show us her new costume.
Oh, that's a win.
Alex.
Alex Simwise. Oh, hello. Jeez.
Hi, Alex.
Look at the physicist.
Come in. Come on in. Hi.
Hello.
Come on. What are you dressed
How are
as
you?
today?
What am I dressed as? I'm a Junko Mizuno milkmaid.
Can I feel this?
Yeah, it's rubber.
Nice.
Very sexy.
Can I feel it too?
Very sexy.
Yeah. Good there.
Now, how long does it take to put something like this together?
To put together, it takes about a week. I have a friend in the UK who makes it custom. And to put on, it takes about 3 days.
Is he a costume designer or just like a fetishist that you know from the club scene?
Oh, no, it's my friend. She's a woman. And
she.
Yeah.
Even hotter. I like it.
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
she designs stuff for Lady Gaga and Katy Perry, so
Really?
she's really high up.
You're in great company. Well, you look fantastic, Alex.
Thank you.
You truly do. Yeah, thank you.
Very hot.
Okay, so cosplay may look like a fun time, but there's more to it than just putting on a clever costume. So
there?
I hit the floor, to show you guys what really happens when you dress up at Comic-Con.
Let's do the feeling part of it again.
Okay, so I'm thinking my outfit is pretty sexy by Comic-Con standards, so I'm going to go and see if I can find any more sexy pieces of cosplay to hang out with. Come with me. So I've run into a Supergirl and a Catwoman. Now, girls, you're looking very sexy. Has anyone pinched your bum?
No, no one's pinched my bum yet.
What about you?
Well, I've had a few pictures taken when I wasn't ready because I had my bum showing, but...
Oh my God, has anyone pulled your tail?
Yes, one man in a Speedo.
You're pretty exposed in that costume. Has anyone pinched your bum yet?
Not yet.
Can I pinch your bum?
Of course.
Oh my God, that is the softest thing I think I've ever touched in my life. Is it difficult to go to the bathroom in your costume?
There are snaps at the bottom. Makes it quite easy.
It's easy for a lady to pee. So I bumped into Princess Peach looking really cute. Now, you got your guys here. Have you been sharing a room with both of them?
A room? Well, maybe.
See? It's always the cute, quiet, nice ones. What's going on?
Zatanna Zatara. I am a famous magician.
Some good legs. But was your costume hard to get into?
Just the corset.
Yeah?
Yes, I got my boyfriend to give it a good yank this morning. That sounded awful.
I came, I saw, and I conquered. Maybe not in that order, but those were the hot bods of Comic-Con, so I hope you really enjoyed them at home.
Up on our stage to the air is clear, fresh, and cold. But that doesn't mean we're afraid to descend into the steaming pit and get our hands a little dirty. Claire Butler's on the floor with a look at the latest from IDW and the man responsible for Game of Thrones, Arthur George R.R. Martin.
I'm here in the IDW booth, home of two of the con's coolest exclusive collectibles, a big-ass Thor book and an itty-bitty key. All right, I am here with legendary artist and writer Walt Simonson. Tell us about this immense Thor book.
IDW cut a deal with Marvel. They've been able to do a book with my work from Thor. Facsimiles of 7 issues of Thor. You get all the coffee stains, all the blue pencil editorial comments, all the rubber cement marks. So it's as close to holding the original art as you can get. They put out an additional 300 copies in a San Diego variant.
Gabe, I've just found out that you actually have an architecture background.
Every time we come up with something new for the series, trying to make it as real as possible in the concept of a magic story.
Now we have about a half a dozen of the keys, actually probably more, almost 10 of the keys are made.
You might know George R.R. Martin as the author of the Game of Thrones series, but did you know he also has a comic book?
The new book is out, which is a
Dance
huge...
with Dragons, yes.
The fans are so overjoyed. Is it nice to finally have it out printed? And...
Refer to it jokingly on my blog as a monkey on my back, and it got to the size of Kong. So it's nice to have Kong off my back.
You're also doing a comic book with IDW called Doorways that just came out. Can you tell us a little bit about that comic?
Sure. Doorways is an alternate world show about a guy named Tom, who's an emergency room doctor, and a very mysterious woman comes in who turns out to be a fugitive fleeing aliens from another dimension. And they go through doorways to a variety of alternate worlds. It's actually based on a television show that I developed way back in early 90s. I'm enjoying it, let me say that.
Are you overwhelmed by the incredible fan response to your book and Game of Thrones this year at Comic-Con?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. When I walked into the Game of Thrones panel yesterday and 6,000 people started squealing and whistling, my God, as Mick Jagger walked in behind me, it was just for me, so that was pretty amazing.
And finally, we've got a ton of news from Archaea. Not only did the studio that brought us The Killer announce that they're going to deliver a bunch of new French import titles, but their latest book, Rust, just got optioned by Fox. I'm here with Chad Michael Murray. Tell us a little bit about your new book, Everlast.
We follow our man Everlast in a pre-apocalyptic world where his basic mission in life is to find the souls that are supposed to survive the end of days.
In some other intriguing Archaea news, the big screen Spock, Zachary Quinto, is executive editing this new book, just released here at Comic-Con, called Mr. Murder is Dead. It's a murder mystery set in the world of Golden Age comics, so how's that for some breaking Comic-Con news?
When we get back, we'll meet up with Kevin Alejandro from True Blood.
Plus, we'll talk Tintin with the two men responsible for the CG epic. You might see them right there, Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson.
Let me repeat that. Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Here on our show.
That's crazy.
I know.
I wouldn't show up if I were them.
I would.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Stride 2.0, the ridiculously upgraded, ridiculously long-lasting gum.
I'm here at the Zenoscope booth. I'm talking to J.P. Ross, the author of the comic book Monster Hunter Survival Guide. JP, tell me about the book.
Well, it's a Monster Hunter survival guide on how to survive a monster encounter and to hunt and capture them.
And the big news for you, congratulations, you just got a movie deal. The comic book's being made into a film. Secret of Comic-Con, film and TV executives come here looking for properties to make into movies. Big news, Bigfoot's here. What do you got to say? Scary.
Somebody's compensating. That pirate skeleton Allison is having a seizure. Stop clapping and help him. Our next guest is one of our favorite funny people. He's one of my favorite funny people, to say the least. He's about to premiere a new show on Adult Swim.
Not mine.
No, Candace can't stand the guy. But we're BFFs. He has the other half of my heart necklace. Joining us right now to promote NTSF SD SUV.
Okay.
F you for that. Paul Scheer, everybody.
What the hell does that stand for?
It's NTSF SD SUV, National Terrorism Strike Force, San Diego, Sport Utility Vehicle. So it's like...
How do you remember that?
Well, you know, we got CSI LA, NCIS Los Angeles.
Right.
We need to have more acronyms than any other police procedural on
Well,
TV.
I think you won.
And we have more colons, too. There's double colons at the end
That's
of that
insane.
SUV.
No one has done the double colon in a docudrama like
That's
this.
it. You
It's
guys
crazy.
need to get some colons here. You guys have no colons on Attack of the Show.
No, we're Roman colon free these days.
Yeah, an umlaut at least.
Oh, don't know. Extended ASCII never works for us. Whenever you have to hold the Alt key, it's bad news. So tell us about the show. I mean, it is a parody of all these crime scene style shows, right?
Basically it's making fun of all the ridiculousness of like CSI Miami.
Yeah.
Like CSI Miami is a show where they solve a crime in outer space. There's an episode, David Crusoe went into outer space and they were shooting guns in zero-G gravity. So our show tops that. We have serial killing dolphins, SUVs that become sentient, and we have like amazing guest stars like J.K. Simmons came on the show this week because we have a Cabeza Demente, which is a Four Loko drink. If you drink too much, you explode. So,
is that like all the preteens are getting hammered, or all the college kids are blowing
all the
up?
college kids get hammered and they explode, and then we have to find out who's behind it.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Now, you had your panel for the show. Did you actually show an episode to everybody?
We showed an episode, but we actually did something that's never been done in Comic-Con, which is we shot an upcoming episode, a piece of an episode, in our panel.
Really? That's so cool.
It was so cool. It was like a comedy version of Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings, because we had like 1,700 people all like chanting and yelling, and we didn't tell the Comic-Con people that they were going to rush the door. And so then we had all these people getting up out of their seats and rushing, which was... it's scary.
That's
and
so
really
cool.
good.
White Snake concert. Very nice.
Yeah, it was really awesome. It was really good.
We're running out of time. I'm so
that's it.
sorry,
No.
but Paul, thank you so much for coming
no
by.
problem. Thanks for having me.
Always a
Thanks so
pleasure
much.
to see you.
Great to have you.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Paul Scheer, everybody. Now, Candace wasn't the only person to break their Comic-Con cherry this year. In fact, this is the first visit from Steven Spielberg.
I know. He's here with Peter Jackson to promote their new film, The Adventures of Tintin, and Blair Herter got some FaceTime with a wildly successful and talented pair.
Tintin, the beloved adventurer, is finally making the leap from the page to the screen, and because of that, I get to talk to Steven Spielberg. Now, he's obviously not here, and he won't be here for hours, but I'm ready for him, and I'll be waiting.
We can't turn back.
Two heads are better than one. Two geeky heads are even better than one straight head. And I think the two of us are pretty much Tintin fans.
What we tried to do was create a sort of hybrid between live action and animation. So, in other words, we could have all the advantages an animated film can do, the freedom of being able to stage incredible set pieces that would be almost impossible to do in real life.
You're about to walk into a whole mess of danger.
Then we put a virtual camera in Steven's hands, and Steven's able to actually shoot and cover these incredible moments of action and drama, as a live-action filmmaker would.
It wasn't a camera ride, it was more like a game controller. But I wanted to be able to pick my shots and choreograph the actors. So I wanted to bring that live-action technique into a totally digitally animated environment.
So Spielberg and Jackson making a film together, it's pretty much as close as you can get to a guaranteed will not suck.
If you like your television dramas with a touch of Southern Gothic and a huge helping of vampires, you probably already watched True Blood.
Yeah, I think you're preaching to the choir there. Joining us now, Kevin Alejandro, everybody. How are you, good sir?
What's up, guys?
All right, so let's get into season 4 of True Blood. If there's a theme this year, it's probably witches versus vampires. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate, man. It's crazy. It goes all...
Some man is trying to marry you right now. I'm sorry, sir. Save the ceremony for later.
No, it's crazy, man. It goes off in this surreal world, of witches versus vampires, and it's sexy.
The world of True Blood was already kind of surreal, but now it's just like, okay, you get a superpower, everybody fight.
Yeah, we go into this dark, evil world where it just explosions everywhere. It's amazing. Love it.
Now, are you enjoying how your character actually has some powers now and how you can battle the Vamps?
Oh yeah, how could you not? Having powers is the coolest thing ever,
Right.
you know. And we control the dead, so to speak, you know.
Yeah.
So vampires are dead.
Now, when you first started on the series, did you know that your character was going to have these powers? Like, did you know from day one, or was this a surprise for you?
Yeah, I knew. I had an idea of who the guy was, but they didn't let me know whether or not he's a good guy or a bad guy. You know. So, but you definitely find out this season what kind of a magic is in him.
How soon into the season?
Pretty soon, I guess. Episode 6-ish.
Do you ever troll like the fanboy message boards and stuff to see what they're saying about your character and go like, okay, you got it right, you got it wrong, you're an idiot,
I
you're
have
great?
to stay away from that because it'll
really?
drive me crazy.
Really?
You know, I just like to think that I'm doing okay. So.
Well, you're definitely doing okay.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm sure it would all be good responses anyways.
Yeah. No, I hope so.
Now, what do you think of all the people here?
Yeah. This is amazing. These guys rock. I can't believe
Right?
it.
What about the costumes? Aren't they amazing?
I love it. You know, my favorite holiday is Halloween, so this feels like Halloween to me. You know, it's like my wife and all my friends, we get together, we make these crazy elaborate costumes, you know. So I would fit right in right here with these people. I love it.
Now, aside from True Blood, I know you were also in Red State, which was an amazing film. How was that working with Kevin Smith?
Amazing. Kevin Smith is one of the smartest guys I've ever met, and it's like rock and roll filmmaking, you know. And he gets it in there. The hardest worker I've ever met.
All right, now the mics are off. Tell us what it's really like with Kevin Smith.
You know what? No, kidding.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for coming by.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure to chat with you. I know your
too,
con
buddy.
schedule's insane, but thank you so much.
Yeah, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Woo! Give it up!
Kevin Alejandro, everybody. Now, who are you going to call?
Mythbusters!
That's right. Oh, sorry. No, it's the Mythbusters. That was the answer. I'm sorry,
Adam
Kevin.
Savage and Jamie Heineman will reveal the new crop of myths they'll be putting to the test.
I was actually literally asking who you're about to call because I thought you had your cell phone out during the last break. That wasn't a rhetorical thing, but
I
it's
was
fine.
trying to get tickets for Comic-Con 2012. I like to plan ahead.
Very smart. Stick around, everybody.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Pizza Hut. All your favorites at great prices every day.
All right, Riley Brown, Francesco, you've got 1 minute. Whoever draws me the best wins nothing. Go! Thought he was getting an eraser. I got nervous for him. He's only got 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Pistol down. Riley, you first.
Got a portrait there.
That does look like me. What do you got? Oh, he drew boobies. So you win. You win, sir. Nice job, but
Look at all these skimpy outfits. Loving it.
Yes, please. Listen, you can check it on Snopes if you want to, but you won't have nearly as much fun or as many explosions as you would with our next guests, Adam Savage and Jamie Heineman. They're here to bust some myths, everybody.
Welcome!
Thank you.
Now, first off, congratulations on your 3rd Emmy nomination. You guys are
Huge.
like royalty here. Do you have fans just like bowing before you?
Yes, actually, they line up so we can walk on top of them. It's awesome.
Oh, it's so much better than
amazing.
touching the ground.
Truly,
you don't do that.
truly.
Do you have rings for them to kiss?
You've got one, right?
No.
No, he took it off right now.
Now, Adam, I know you're big on interacting with your fans on Twitter. Recently, a clip popped up on Reddit, which I love, where you're narrating a myth that you were trying to bust regarding, being drunk and running or balance.
That vigorous exercise will
sober you up. Right.
Yeah.
Can you just walk us through that for a second? How that happened?
Well, I was running on a treadmill, and it was going really well, and I thought I'd mug for the camera. And when I mugged for the camera, I started to lose my balance. And as I started to lose my balance, because I was drunk, I didn't stop.
How drunk were you?
I'd had about 4 scotches that morning.
That morning.
Getting drunk at work is awful.
Amazing.
I know it sounds like fun, but it's debilitating.
I wouldn't know. I honestly wouldn't know. Would have no idea.
Now, do you guys each have a favorite science experiment from seasons past?
Well,
We do.
Our favorite episode was Lead Balloon, which we made a 14-foot diameter balloon out of lead, filled it with helium, and it actually flew, which is a feat.
Now, but did you know you guys are smart guys to say the least. Did you really not know going into this whether or not the balloon would fly?
No, actually, that was the thing that was so thrilling because we didn't know whether or not it was going to work. And the whole trick is the contingency plan with a very difficult material under difficult conditions to get a result. And we got there, but just barely.
Now, are you usually pretty on with these things, like however you figure out it's going to work, or it's always...
No, we're wrong a lot of the time. I mean, that's actually what's really fun.
you just play it up for camera.
We do play it out for camera. We do make sure it's part of the narrative if we screw something up.
Yeah.
I mean, we're totally willing to say we messed it up.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome.
Now, Jamie, when I look off the stage, I see a lot of questionable costumes, but I've also seen a couple of yous walking around, which is interesting. How is that for you to walk around and see people masquerading as yourself?
Flattering?
Is it?
And creepy.
So.
And creepy.
Yeah, a little creepy, a little flattering at the same time.
You should gather them all for like a Slave Leia-esque photo. Just
You
get all the
should.
Jamies at your feet.
We should do that for you. We should gather everyone up, and then you just be right in front of them.
I'm up for it.
We'll put out the call.
Okay.
Bow before your new god.
Now, can you guys give us a little taste of what's going to be coming up?
We've got some really fun stuff coming up in this next season. Starting in October, we did a story from a Twix commercial about a Newton cradle, the little ball bearings that do this, made out of wrecking balls.
2,000-pound wrecking balls.
Are you serious?
And we did that.
Oh, yeah.
And everything in between.
And did it destroy everything in its vicinity?
Or? I don't want to give away the ending, but it's pretty amazing. We've also been testing whether or not a human is incapable of walking in a straight line when they're blindfolded.
Oh, I read that somewhere, that you allowed to actually end up walking in a circle or something of that nature.
So we walked, we swam, we drove, we went out to the woods, we got lost, we did every bit of testing we could. I actually got lost for, about 3.5 hours in the woods with a guide.
Was the guide blindfolded as well?
A guide.
A guide, yeah.
A guide.
A buddy who occasionally has baggies filled with mushrooms. It's fine.
I saw a bear. I saw a bear in the woods.
No, did you really?
Yeah, a bear walked in front, took a look at me, and then kept on walking.
You're lying.
He's like, hey, that's the Mythbuster guy. Okay, time to forage. I love it. Well, listen, we are huge fans, to say the least. We always have been. We'll definitely be tuning into the new season. Thank you guys for taking time out.
Thanks so much for having us.
Appreciate it. Adam and Jamie from Mythbusters. But now, we're going to head on down to Allison Hayslip.
I'm now going to try walking in a straight line blindfolded. So if you didn't know, the day before Comic-Con, I was in Japan for the all-new season of American Ninja Warrior, where contestants are fighting for a chance to win a $500,000 K-Swiss endorsement deal. And guess what? Took a camera crew with me.
American Ninja Warrior is back with an all-new season starting July 31st. And this time, there's a $500,000 K-Swiss endorsement deal on the line. I'm Allison Hayslip in Japan, giving you a sneak peek at the infamous Ninja Warrior course that this year's top American competitors will face. Only 3 out of 2,600 athletes have ever conquered the course, and none are from the U.S. The 4 grueling stages have been redesigned since the last person beat it. In the new Stage 3, no one has gotten past the apparently impossible ultimate cliffhanger. The stakes are higher with a $500,000 endorsement deal with K-Swiss now on the line. Will that be the inspiration needed for an American to finally conquer the course? Don't miss an all-new season of American Ninja Warrior starting July 31st, only on G4.
You know, community colleges are usually sad, pathetic vortexes where dreams go to die.
Unless they're on TV.
Please welcome back to our stage Joel McHale and Gillian Jacobs from Community.
Thank you,
Stormtroopers.
Stormtroopers.
Soak it up. Soak it up.
Thank you, Ubisoft Dance Machine.
Yeah. Someone's still trying to win a free Wii game over there. He can't be bothered with this interview.
Someone dehydrated and collapsed.
Over and over and over.
It's
for the past
awesome.
It's the Black Eyed Peas. How could you not love this
becomes torture after,
how is the con for you guys this year and compared to years past? Is it par for the course now?
Well, this is our second year.
Fantastic. So you have a whole other year to compare it to.
We can compare it to the first year. It is... Chevy was just as incoherent on the panel as he was last year. No, it was great. The panel is this, it's a strange thing where people are like, hey, do you mind if we adore you for an hour? And it's a great ego stroke.
Can we appreciate your incredibly hard work and talent? Thanks.
Yeah, it's great and weird.
How was the panel?
It was awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
We previewed some stuff from our season 2 DVD, which seemed to go over well.
Being released on September 6th.
Hey!
Yeah, and we showed a blooper reel.
Yes, we showed.
Oh, those are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ Steve Porter did a remix
Oh, I
of
love
season
Steve, yeah.
2, which was really great.
Yeah.
It was the first time seeing the monkey and
Annie's
his
boobs. The
appeared.
monkey came out, delivered the DVD. Pyrotechnics.
monkey.
It was very exciting.
Did the Cirque du Soleil dancers show up as well and do some wire work? Or
Yeah, some what?
wire work?
Oh no, pyrotechnics. A lot of explosions.
Loud bangs
Yeah,
and
no,
whatnot.
sorry.
You guys have achieved a level of status, though, to where now you don't have to look at your fans in the eye, which is always great.
I've demanded that from the beginning, and it's finally caught
It's
up.
finally
to.
arrived. Well, congratulations, good
Thank
sir.
you. Yeah, we
She's like,
every day we compare which PAs looked at us and we have them fired.
Yeah. We've gone through like 20, 30 people. They just can't.
Yeah, they can't
figure
get it
out.
through their
Don't
heads.
look me in the eyes.
They're
That's
not
all I
real
ask.
human beings. I mean,
No.
they're so low on
Right.
the org chart. It really doesn't. It's not like they have feelings.
Yeah, they'll bring me my coffee, and then I'll taste it. I was like, you call that hot? And so that happens every day.
That's the way to do it. Last season we saw some really, really funny parody episodes. This season, are we getting did I hear something about a Spaceballs episode?
No.
What? No?
I don't know where that got started, but
Are you
no.
serious? That's not happening?
No, I've never heard that.
The internet said it was. The internet can't
it must
tell a
be
lie.
true then.
I saw it on somebody's official Twitter
Oh,
account.
yeah, we're parodying A Clockwork Orange, Caligula. No, I don't know. No, The Accused. No.
Donald wants Back to the Future, but
Yeah.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
No?
Okay,
we'll see.
let's get
There
back
is
to
a
the
big
nitty-gritty.
song and dance number
Oh,
coming.
there is?
Yeah.
At the end?
No, at the beginning.
Oh.
I mean, not happening at all.
Not happening? Okay,
The
fans
season's
want to know,
canceled. I'm sorry, that's not coming back.
what's up with Jeff and Britta's relationship? Friends with benefits? Are they
Well,
together? What's going on?
We had secret sex all year long,
Uh-huh.
and then it got found out that we were doing that.
Doing
and
it.
Doing it. Yeah.
Some say.
And it turns out that we're both such damaged characters that as soon as everyone found out that once the mystery and that sort of sneaking around was gone, we're like, man, we don't need to do this
Yeah.
anymore.
It's
it's
only
over?
interesting if it's illicit.
Yeah.
If it's out in the open, we have no interest in it.
This shows the damage that our characters have. So I don't know where it's going to go. It's a good question. They're going to have to probably work some personal issues if they can actually be together. So my guess is
Never.
never.
And if not, there will be pages of disturbing slash fiction written about it on the internet.
Yeah, we
Oh,
could
yeah.
use the flux capacitor in the Back to the Future episode.
There we go. To skip past the Spaceballs episode that's not happening.
Right.
To get to
Yeah.
Caligula.
Right. Or to fix our childhood so we could have a
or that,
healthy
yeah,
relationship.
or that. But that would make a far less interesting show.
Yeah, what's coming up in G4?
Oh, lots of stuff. Our DVD never comes out because no one would buy it. No one would absolutely
That's
pay for this
not
crap. It's not going to
true.
happen.
Well, we're talking about Community.
That's true. I
that's
feel
our
like I
show.
have to ask questions
No,
of
you're
you
very
as well.
sweet. When does Community return?
September 22nd.
Yeah.
All
8
right.
o'clock, NBC. We're not up against NFL football.
What? NFL what?
That's not competition.
Is there NFL football this year?
There's about to be.
Oh, really?
But they're going to be way out of shape by
Yeah.
still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to be huffing and puffing.
They're going to be
Just switch over
dehydrated
to
from whining
Community.
about their millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They're going to
so
be. There's no way football's
I think
happening.
it's better to watch Community than very
Obviously.
popular NFL football.
Myself and my TiVo agree.
Thank you guys.
I'll try not to look at you in the
Thank you
hallway.
so
See you.
much.
Yes, I'll see you this
That was a
week.
really awkward dismount. I
That's it. No,
missed.
you
Right there.
stuck the landing. Thank
All
you
right.
guys. Appreciate
Sit
it.
back down.
Now let's head down to Blair Butler for some news
just walking
from
to
Blair.
Dark
Yeah,
Horse Comics.
I'm here in the Dark Horse booth where we have excellent news for fans of horror movies and music. You guys have a big announcement this year involving director Guillermo del Toro.
Yes, we just announced the comic adaptation of his novel series, The Strain. We're going to be releasing the first issue in December. Each novel is going to be adapted in 8 issues of comics and then separated into 3 trade paperbacks later.
I am here with Mr. Tom Morello. Now, you may know him from bands like Rage Against the Machine and Audioslave, but he's stepping into a role of comic creator this year.
I've written a comic book called Orchid. It's like an epic fantasy story like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, but injected with class consciousness and my political worldview. I'm also scoring every issue of the comic, so you'll get free Tom Morellian music with each issue.
When does it come out?
October 20th.
I got the best seat in the house. Hello, everybody. Oh, that's not for me. It's for the hot women that are flanking me. What is your name?
My name's Nikki.
Hello, Nikki. And you, ma'am?
April O'Neil.
Well, hello, April O'Neil. Hi. You guys are not here together. You're first time meeting, so this is gonna be the first on-camera kiss. That's not in the prompter. That was a shot in the dark. No, you guys don't have to do that. Is this your first con?
Yes, this is my first Comic-Con.
Okay, and you are masquerading and cosplaying as?
I'm Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers.
And did you throw this together yourself?
I did. I actually sewed it this morning.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
It was unplanned. You stopped at a Michael's, got some material, and made it happen?
On the way down here last night, I stopped at Joanne Fabrics.
Oh.
Much nerdier.
Plug for Joanne. Follow her on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Miss O'Neil, what about your outfit?
April O'Neil.
Well, yes,
Teenage
obviously.
Mutant
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the intrepid reporter.
Uh-huh.
Have you been
News.
stopped for 1,000 photos?
Yes,
or?
Every time I get a picture, there's a bunch of other people that come, and then it turns into an impromptu photo shoot.
Very nice of you to stop for those photos. Is this your first year cosplay?
It is. It's my first year at Comic-Con.
And have the gentlemen been kind? Have they been good to you?
Yes, they have.
All right,
I've been good.
I think now we're going to actually call an exterminator because, I don't know, it's what I'm supposed to say, apparently. There's radioactive spiders biting people. I don't care, I'm flanked by hot chicks. Hello. Hi, yeah. The amazing... That was a fake kiss. That wasn't a good one. What? Oh, never blame it on a mic. We're going to be back in a moment. Here we go.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by American Ninja Warrior. Can any American finally conquer the course? New season premieres July 31st, only on G4.
So the great thing about Comic-Con is everyone gets to make their own unique Comic-Con experience. Now, I took that a little bit too literally and have spent my whole time at Comic-Con making this. Look. The giant SpongeBob. I was feeling creative.
Your friendly neighborhood web slinger is swinging back to the silver screen in The Amazing Spider-Man. My spider sense is telling me it's going to be 3 delicious.
Do you have any idea what you really are?
I always identified with him, and he was always a source of reassurance and comfort, and my own personal fantasy fulfillment of being stronger than I was, or of being able to swing through the streets of New York and feel that liberating sense of flight that we all dream about.
It's really not unlike in a comic book series when you get a new artist or an illustrator on it. It's a different take on the character.
I was skeptical at first because I was like, you feel the weight of those fantastic movies that Sam and Toby made. I mean, how could you not want to put that on screen? He's so iconic. Spider-Man is a perennial character. He's part of our culture, and who belongs on the big screen more than Peter Parker and Spider-Man?
Peter, what's going on?
We revisit it, but I think the essential attraction to a story like Spider-Man is we're presented with a teenage boy who's been bullied, who feels lost, and he's presented with these powers that are enabled to escape that. You know, we all dream about that.
What can you tell me about your character's transformation? We all know where it's going.
Well, one minute I'm a man, and the next minute I'm a lizard. What else do you want to know?
This is an even bigger film than Zombieland in terms of the action, the stunts. How was that for you? Did you feel Zombieland prepared you for this?
There's less Gwen Stacy gun shooting than there was with Wichita. There's a lot less zombies in Spider-Man. I don't know if anybody told you. What are you doing here?
I'm nothing.
It was a pretty different experience for me, and I didn't have to do quite as much as what happened in Zombieland.
Your hair looking amazing like this, as a redhead now, you have to change it to blonde, but I gotta say, I've seen the pictures. It's pretty smoking hot.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you. New phrase I've been using a lot has been, I may be blonde at the roots, but I'm a redhead at heart.
We all know with great power comes great responsibility, and hopefully an amazing Spider-Man movie next summer.
And normally I'd be concerned and say we should save the cameraman, but...
Nah.
Cell phones don't work so well inside the convention center, but Twitter does.
Well, that's fancy. Let's send it over to Allison, who's standing by at our Twitter wall.
Oh, mighty Twitter wall, give unto you your knowledge and hashtags. We have so many good tweets. Okay, Macca McManus says, if I were going to Comic-Con and asked for your help in choosing a costume to wear, what costume would you choose for me? Well, Macca, I have no idea what you look like, but I'm going to go by your Twitter icon and say Stretch Armstrong / Jesus. That'll work, right? Let's see. The Movie Bunny says, this tweet is coming to you from the future. Whoa. You're all in danger of awesome overload. Thanks for the warning. And then Magelette7 says, I'm seriously considering leaving my boyfriend stranded at the train station so I don't miss this fabulous coverage. Magelette, that was the correct decision. And oh, what do I have here? Oh my gosh, it's a Thundercats Mumra Deluxe Staction figure. Yeah, it's a Comic-Con exclusive, and it's yours, Magelette. Thanks for tweeting. You're awesome. And remember, keep tweeting with the hashtag SDCC on G4. I want this.
Thanks, Allison. Coming up, Michael Emerson from the new drama Person of Interest will join us on stage.
Yes, and Jim Caviezel will be here as well, so I'm hoping this is sort of like an Odd Couple type situation, you know, where Jesus and Ben from Lost do their best to live together despite their differences in moral codes. I'm sure hilarity will ensue, and we'll all learn something. Stick around.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Toshiba's LED TV. We thought of everything.
Mobs of people, mobbing like people. Candace coughing on my shoulder. We are here live at Comic-Con bringing you the most exclusive updates and interviews.
And all of this is yours thanks to the people over at Stride Gum.
They're very nice like that.
They are. So nice. With us now are the man who played Ben Linus in Lost and the guy who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ.
It's a big role.
Which I think immediately qualifies each of them as a person of interest. Please welcome Michael Emerson and Jim Caviezel.
Hey. Welcome to stage, gentlemen.
How is Comic-Con so far? Are you being recognized by crazy fans?
I don't have my Jesus beard on, so no, I'm okay.
You're doing all right? I see a lot of people cosplaying as you on the show floor, though, which is nice. What about you, Michael?
It's a little bit crazy. I think it's worse than the last time I was here.
You mean more exciting and better, packed to the gills?
What word did I use? That was a poor word choice.
No, you said wonderful, if I recall. I have very faulty memory.
Have you been able to walk around at all?
No, I wish I could.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a magazine illustrator before I was an actor. And I would love to go from booth to booth and
just get
look at the artwork.
To experience what you used to get to experience.
Yeah.
Well, you could dress up as something.
What would I dress up as?
Something
I know.
with no face.
A Smurf.
There you go. Yeah, and then
my favorite superheroes are Smurfs.
Then you take off the Smurfy cap and you're like a drummer for the Boo Man group. Like it's two costumes in one.
Amazing.
Well, let's get down to the business here. Person of Interest. Exciting new series. Sure. Michael, you basically play Batman without the murdered parents and the martial arts. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a stay-at-home kind of a Batman.
A more hands-off Batman.
Yeah.
You're a billionaire who wants to fight crime.
I've been looking for work that didn't involve combat, and I think I may have found it.
Yeah. So how did that work for what inspired your character to do so much good? Normally, I think billionaires are supposed to be terrible human beings.
Well, I think one of the mysteries of the show are what his motives are and what's happened to him in his life to make him become a vigilante.
And so we're not going to get that reveal right now, is what you're saying. We're going to have to watch the show.
It has not yet been
That's
revealed to me.
Oh, it's worth it. Worth a try.
Now, how does being a billionaire and having unlimited amounts of money help affect a criminal investigation?
You know what billions of dollars will get you? It will get you a kind of perfect anonymity. It buys you leaving no traces. Fingerprint free.
Unless you're tapping phone lines in the UK, but that's an entirely different thing. Well, it's true. They'll find out.
That is so topical.
You know, I read the wikis.
That's not
I know
what we're
what's
talking
up.
about.
No. All right, now, Jim, you play Reese. You're an ex-CIA agent, but when you were discovered in the series, you were homeless at the time?
Yeah, kind of down on his luck, who meets this mysterious man who comes up with this machine that can prevent these violent crimes from happening, and they try to solve it together.
And where would you say the inspiration for your character comes from?
Well, funny enough, I was in London, and we got caught there in a volcano storm, and I happened to be staying at the same hotel as Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes!
So talking to Mr. Jack Bauer, I remember turning to my agent and saying, if you ever find me a
Love it.
24, let me know, and that's how this came.
I love it.
Candace loves waterboarding. She's had really weird.
I'm very excited. Give me a high five.
Really weird interests. You mentioned this machine that helps you solve it. It's like software, right? That recognizes human behavior and sort of predicts that if someone might commit a crime.
Yeah. It's software and hardware of a very high order and terribly complex. But through pattern recognition, it can crunch every kind of surveillance, every email written, every cell phone conversation, every bit of data out there from every source, and algorithmically.
It's like your iPhone.
Right, exactly. It's like that thing in my pocket that makes calls occasionally. I love that. No, and that's grounded in real world technology. They actually have that software, right?
Well, he quoted it earlier. People say science fiction. He said science fact.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
If you
true.
saw my Google searches alone, you'd know why they don't let me near preschools or Ace Hardware. It's like, I'm just saying, I'm a person of interest. The panel for you guys, it's the first panel ever for the show. Is that later tonight? And anything you can leak early? Will there be some upcoming scenes? Will there be a table read? What are you guys doing tonight?
I think they're going to show the whole pilot.
Oh, really?
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yep. I think so.
Okay.
So it'll mainly be a watching experience rather than interactive, but there'll be a little Q&A.
You got to be psyched to watch it though with the fans then, right?
Oh,
See their reaction.
Sure.
And then if they miss a laugh line or whatever, you just go in there and throw an elbow or you throw those
Or
CIA
just cut
moves.
it out before you air it.
Come on, that was funny.
We will be providing you guys with V for Vendetta Guy Fawkes masks in case you want to actually walk around the floor. I hope you guys get a chance to check it out.
You should.
And no one will have heard you
Yes.
say that, so our cover.
It'll be a
Foiled
different mask.
again.
It'll be a different
Foiled
mask.
again. Guys, thank you so much for
Thank
coming on.
you.
I really can't wait to
Pleasure.
see the
Great
series.
job.
Thank
Appreciate
you
you
so
spending some time
much.
with us.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Person of Interest will debut on CBS this fall. Thank you, guys.
Guys, the Justice League is behind me. It's awesome. Now, a lot of folks complain that Comic-Con isn't about comic books anymore, but Blair Butler is in the trenches over at Marvel to prove them wrong.
All right, right now I am standing on the frickin' SHIELD helicarrier, which is A, a dream come true, and B, must mean it's Marvel time. I am here with Mr. Joe Quesada, Chief Creative Officer for Marvel Entertainment. Joe, let's get right to the hot button topic. You killed Ultimate Spider-Man, and the entire Ultimate Universe is going through some drastic changes.
It's going through some tremendous changes. The thing that I'm most excited about is what comes next. We have such great plans for Spider-Man. As you may or may not know, there's somebody else in that costume. You're going to ask me who it is. I know you are, and I'll tell you right now, it's not me, it's not you, it's not the cameraman, it's not the people out there, but it's going to be very, very cool who it is. It's just a great story. I'm really, really excited about it. The Ultimate Universe is rebooting. We're doing some great, crazy things with it, but that's the beauty of the Ultimate Universe, right? Is that we're able to do things with the Ultimate Universe that we normally can't do with the regular Marvel Universe.
Now, in the regular Marvel Universe, there's a big Fear Itself event, and in fact, there's some crazy teasers with Typeface floating around.
We have some great things planned. Like with all these events that we do, there's always significant changes to characters, to teams. You know, people die, people come back to life, and, you know, people are stuck in limbo. Who knows what's going to happen? Sometime after Fear Itself, we will be introducing 2 new characters to the Marvel Universe, brand new characters to the Marvel Universe, but you already know who they are.
Really?
Yes. I can't tell you, but you know who they are.
Last but not least, it wouldn't be Marvel without a massive mutant event, and you guys have X-Men Schism that started last week. The first issue came out.
And I promise you, this is not going to end well. Best I can describe it is sort of a divorce within the family of X-Men, and Wolverine is going to be part of that split. He's going to be running one of the X-Men teams. Can't get into who's going to run the other one, but what's also significant about Schism is that Schism is leading into a huge, huge story, probably the biggest one we've done in a very, very long time, that starts sometime next year around April, May, I'm guessing.
Awesome. All right, Joe, thank you so much for your time. It's lovely seeing you each year.
Blair, as always, and could I impose on you to please fly the helicarrier out of this joint for us?
Oh, God, yes. I've dreamed of doing this my whole life. Goodbye.
She crashed. Hey, your superpower is the ability to hold the entire con in the palm of your dainty little hand.
See the best Comic-Con 2011 clips anytime, anywhere, right on your iPhone or Android. Download the G4 app right now at g4tv.com/app.
All right, coming up, the cast of Knights of Badassdom are actually going to resurrect a demon live on our stage. I mean, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. Stick around. We'll be right back after this.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
You know, Comic-Con is not just about the big blockbusters. It's also about the smaller, independent films you can find here at the Troma booth. Some of my favorites, Tromeo and Juliet, Poultrygeist, and Terra Firma. And you should pick up Lloyd Kaufman's new book, Sell Your Own Damn Movie. And breaking news, right here at Comic-Con, Wonder Woman is hooking up with the Toxic Avenger.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Stride 2.0, the ridiculously upgraded, ridiculously long-lasting gum.
That was insane!
I like that one. Welcome back to G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 presented by Pizza Hut.
Hello. Coming up on the show, Summer Glau has LARPed and lived to tell the tale. Get ready for the Knights of Badassdom.
Plus, these Angel Daddies fairy tales.
What?
The stars of the new show Grimm have updated your bedtime stories.
And the marvelous Danny Pudi risks life and limb and his very sanity to bring us a special report from the floor.
Right now, let's send it over to Allison.
Comic-Con is full of cosplayers, collectibles, and, comic books. But none of that is enough for Sarah Underwood. She's filled out her papers and has a permit to handle some of the craziest weapons that humans and aliens have ever wielded.
Cosplay, cosplay, cosplay. Yeah, that's all great and stuff, but if you want to impress me, I want to see what you're packing. And by packing, I mean your weapons. For the most part, just your weapons. What is so cool about Comic-Con is you can buy actual weapons. At this booth, you can not only buy katanas and swords, you can buy actual replicas from video games and movies. This is the Red Queen from the Devil May Cry. How freaking cool is this? This sword has it all. In actual game, you can rev the handle up, which you can do here, and it also has the brakes right here. It's made of stainless steel. It weighs 13 pounds, but it feels a lot heavier than that. And it runs you about $250. And if you try and steal it, I'll cut your balls off with this. Mass Effect fans commence drooling. We have a Comic-Con exclusive. What is this?
This is Commander Shepard's M8 rifle, debuting in the new game, Mass Effect 3. And these will be on sale from Triforce at ProjectTriforce.com starting in September.
All right, let's test this theory. You hit me with your best shot.
You asked for it.
This is my favorite weapon all day, the whip, because it's for the naughty and the nice.
Oh yeah, you got a little bit of work and play at the same time.
So how well practiced are you with this thing? Are you pretty good with it?
Maybe.
Well, I feel like I'd be remiss if I came to Comic-Con and didn't go toe-to-toe with Catwoman. Ah! Ow! Okay. All right, it's your turn, girl. You, sir, are a weapon.
Thank you.
How tall are you?
About 6'10".
You don't look so tough.
What did you say?
I said you're tough. You're tough. You're tough. You're tough. Well, with all the crazy weapons here at Comic-Con, I think I found my favorite. I'm sticking to this one. This way, Sam. Move! Get out of my way! Move! Move!
She's been riding Sam around all convention
Yes.
long. It's really kind of disturbing at this point. All right, it's time now for a quick break. When we come back, David Gentoli and Silas Ware Mitchell, the stars of Grimm, will be here on our stage.
All that and more from San Diego right after this.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Pizza Hut. All your favorites at great prices every day.
water, Shark Night 3D ruins another perfect summer. But they bought a mechanical shark, so all is forgiven. Woo!
Shark Night is a movie about a group of friends in college who decide to go party at my lake house, and it's all fun and games until they realize that
Sexy
there are
fun and games.
Sexy fun and games. Sorry.
Sexy
Sexy fun and games. Until they realize there are sharks in the lake, and they have to get off the lake house alive.
It's a saltwater lake, so it is possible. And it's very much just a terrifying thrill ride of these young people trying to just stop the deaths that just seem to keep on happening.
Somebody do something!
We've heard you sing. How are you at screaming?
She's good. She's good at screaming.
I did my best.
I think what happens with 3D is 3D puts the audience in the movie. When you're in a scene, it's more of an interactive experience. It's not. 3D has become a lot of really gimmicky stuff that people are doing, and we're not doing that.
Are you scared to go in the water now since making the film?
I have to say, I probably haven't been in the water since last summer.
If bikini-clad damsels in distress are your cup of tea, then your dorsal fin is sure to rise for Shark Night 3D.
The theme of this year's Comic-Con seems to be mythology and fairy tales. And let's face it, the biggest name in fairy tales are the Brothers Grimm.
Our next guest just so happened to star in Grimm. What were the odds? It's a supernatural thriller that draws inspiration from some of the most familiar stories, but I should probably let them tell you exactly what it is. Please welcome David Gentoli and Silas Ware Mitchell, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Where am I looking? Hi.
Now, this is both of your first Comic-Cons, like myself.
That's
true. What are you experiencing so far? Are you loving it?
Mayhem in a good way.
It's controlled mayhem. It's awesome. I mean, like,
barely
the
controlled.
shows are a big part of it, but my God, like the fans there, that's the show.
Have you walked the floor?
I've not yet walked the floor,
Are
but
you
I'm
going
sure.
to?
Well, I don't want the common cold.
Oh,
So,
come on.
of
bring
course
some
I'm gonna walk
Purell.
this floor.
There's nothing common about the
Yeah,
cold that you get here,
exactly.
right? It starts with an itch.
Intergalactic
Yeah.
infection is what
And a
you
year
get.
later, you still hate your insides.
Of course.
So tell me about Grimm now. It's a cross between Buffy and Law and Order. Is that fair to say?
Well,
or?
Grimm, it's a cop procedural, but we kind of turn the whole procedural thing on its head.
And the fairy tale, it's fractured fairy tales, where the idea is that the fairy tales are part of the world we live in. It is the real world.
Okay, so this isn't, you don't discover a portal in a closet and trip
No,
and
this is
fall
the real
into
world.
It's the real
Except
world.
my character in the
Uh-huh.
pilot episode, Nick, he thinks he's a regular guy, and then the pilot episode he discovers that he's kind of extraordinary. He can see these monsters that have existed the entire time.
Now, is this after a couple rips of salvia or some bad acid, or
Man,
is
this
this
is
like
just-
a-
this
How
is
does
just-
it happen? How
This
does
is
it come
just
to?
being part of the Grimm bloodline.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Really?
Nice. They
So
got
the
nice
Grimm,
bird.
the Brothers Grimm were like monster profilers in our show, and they weren't storytellers. These were like warnings. So
Okay, so you play Nick.
I play Nick, and I'm
Who
part
do
of
you
that
play?
bloodline.
I play Monroe, and
Uh-huh.
Monroe is like David was saying. He can see the demons in the world. That if a normal person who's not a Grimm saw me in the story, or saw a child kidnapper or someone bad,
Yeah.
they would just see like maybe a normal guy.
Yeah.
The Grimms can see
Who's
the
bad.
demon soul of
So-
these people,
Oh,
and
wow.
I am someone who has forsworn my bad self, and I'm fighting against my own demons.
Holding
I
your
have
own demons.
a wolf that lives
So
inside,
that's what he sees for
and
you.
he sees
I
me,
see him as Big Bad Wolf.
and I see him see me, and so we're locked.
I
in
see
a-
you.
I see
you,
No,
son.
that's a whole different.
It's a
a whole
see
different
you,
off
TV.
screen.
That's
That's
I need you, baby.
And now, so these fractured fairy tales, is it like
You
are they,
complete me.
are they, did he have you at hello as well? Should we,
He had me at get that guy.
such a bromance. Such a
It
bromance
is.
out here.
It's romantic.
With these fractured fairy tales, is it like self-contained within each episode, or is there an overarching mythology to the
There's an
entire
overarching
season?
mythology. However, each episode there's a completion to it. There's a crime solved or kind of a resolve at the end of each
Yeah, it's
episode.
a mystery. Like every episode is a standalone mystery that is solved, and yet within each episode, there are elements that connect all the main characters and it grows. We don't really know because they haven't told us, which is good because
we find
we'd
out as it
spill the
goes.
beans if we knew.
Right.
So.
Okay, this is right up my alley. I'm going to be watching it.
Let's bring it. Yeah, yes, you will.
It's really spooky. I mean, it's a spooky, fun ride. You know, it's 9 o'clock, October 21st, NBC, and it's keep the kids up late and watch a scary show. It's really cool.
So terrify your children, is what you're saying.
So they can't fall asleep.
Scar
You be the
your
judge.
children. I love that. At the panel tonight, are you spilling any of those proverbial beans or no?
There will be some beans
spillage.
spilled. We're gonna have
There will be some
the
spillage.
producers
Give us a tease.
there.
Give us a seed of said bean. What are
Well, we'll find out other fairy tales are gonna be that'll
That
be
is
explored.
lame. You're not telling us anything.
Perhaps
Candace Bailey calling
You'll
you out.
find out when you watch the
Come
first
on.
episode.
There's
you
a
find
bean
out.
that cannot
But
be
it's not until
spilled.
October 21st?
No,
October
but
21st,
well, unless
9
you go to
p.m.
the
is
panel.
Oh, 9 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys
9
have
p.m.
You have a special moderator for this panel?
We do.
Anthony Stewart Head.
That's
from
exactly right.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool.
Very, very cool.
Before we go, I think you guys wanted to plank. Was that right?
I've heard about planking.
It's the new phenomenon.
Have you,
I literally
have you
heard
planked
about
yet?
it.
No, this
Okay,
is my
so first
I'm
Comic-Con,
on.
first
I'm
planking.
a
First
plank
Comic-Con. You know what?
virgin.
You plank.
Let's plank.
I'll plank.
I'll watch you plank.
Okay, all right.
'Cause I've
Candace
never-
is just getting right into it.
Get in there.
Plank
Get in
away.
there. This is a treat.
This is happening here.
This
well,
is-
that is a serious plank. That's a real plank. I don't know if you can top.
Well done, my friend. Look at these two people.
Plank away. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys got to tune into Grimm.
Silas Weir Mitchell.
Wow.
Candace,
Planker.
incredible. Thank you so much.
Well
That was
done.
fantastic.
That was fun.
The
Thanks.
best plank I've ever seen.
Oh, it's the
Truly.
only plank I've ever seen.
Thank you
so.
guys.
Thank
This
you
is
so much.
a banner year for movies based
Thank
on
you
comic
so
book
much.
characters, and Alex Simwise has the roundup of the ones that you're most likely to be eating popcorn in front of in the very near future. I can't believe you guys.
You know what sucks in vampire movies? Vampires. Unless it's Kate Beckinsale in latex. In that case, suck away. First of all, you are back in Underworld Awakening. What's it like to return to that role?
I feel like sort of double privilege. I don't think there's that many girls that get to have their action franchise, and it's such a difficult thing to pull off. And the fact that it's kind of become our family business a little bit is also a real privilege.
So much of the series has been about the fear of us being, of them being found by humans. If they were known by humans, it's SWAT teams. It's full-on genocide.
Obviously, nobody was ever planning when we did the first movie that we would be getting to number 4. I mean, that's extraordinary, and partly because of the kinds of people who are here at Comic-Con is why.
As long as werewolves and vampires continue to not get along, there'll be more Underworld in our future. And Kate Beckinsale, thank you.
Nick Cage hops on his hog and dishes out my kind of demonic destruction in Ghost Rider 2.
Johnny Blaze at this point is a few years down the road, and this guy is complex. I mean, he's a philosophical superhero. He's got edge. He's flawed. This guy's a total badass.
What is the key to a successful non-ignited to ignited head acting transformation?
You gotta get hectic. You gotta go monster movie. You can't be afraid to scream and scream really loudly.
You were on the precipice of something crazy just now, and I appreciate that right there. Thanks a lot, brother.
Ever get that overwhelming feeling of deja vu? I'm not crazy. It's Total Recall. Stop the reactor. This version of Total Recall is actually based more on the book. How does the story differ from the original film?
The plot is pretty similar. I think the major difference is that they don't go to Mars.
This is a world based in reality, raw, dark, for real. Like, we're not playing anything silly. It's not a joke. And of course, surrounding it with incredible action sequences, incredible CGI and robots and cars and guns. I mean, that stuff is all there.
Total Recall messes with your mind. Maybe your stomach. I think I'm feeling a quado. Ow.
Misty Kill 1 says, oh gosh, they're yelling it. Damn, I wish I could be there at Comic-Con, so make me feel like I'm there. I'm putting 3D TVs in my living room. Ah! That hurt my head. Jigga Biddies is saying, more Kate Beckinsale, more Kate Beckinsale, more Kate Beckinsale. Totally agree. And then we have Insomniac 24/7 saying, planking at Comic-Con, I've seen everything. Insomniac, no, I don't think you have. We have so much more. But for that, you're getting stuff because I love you, I'm going to give you this Comic-Con exclusive. It's Marvel vs. Capcom Mini-Mates box set, along with whatever else I decide to throw in the bag. Enjoy. You're welcome. Now, if you can't be here in San Diego, that doesn't mean your tweets can't make it. Just use the hashtag SDCC on G4. Stay right there because there's more epic Comic-Con coverage on the way. Mr. Danny Pudi from Community has graciously volunteered to plunge into the belly of the con. Find out if he returns alive or, more likely, alive but forever changed. Poor Danny.
All right, I am here at the completely packed screenings for Captain America, the First Avenger. This is a special Comic-Con screening, and what I hear, there's a big surprise awaiting these fans inside.
You have the great old school costume in this. Do you think you're going to go a little more Ultimate Avengers with a modern day contemporary Avengers costume?
It's certainly updated. You know, we were halfway through the Avengers right now. As far as what looks cool on film, that new suit is pretty tough to beat.
You were lifting Cap's shield, which I heard weighs in excess of 15 pounds.
Yeah, just about. It's heavy. There are some days you got to hit somebody and you wear a rubber shield. Some days you got to put the shield on your back and it had some hooks and magnets.
Okay, so that's it for me from the Captain America screening. I'm headed back to the Comic-Con floor, and I am taking the shield with me. And it is made of cardboard and stuck to the wall, so I will not be doing that.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Axe Shower. Whatever goes down, Axe will fix you up.
Pateron, your favorite curly-haired mouth breather, Napoleon Dynamite elects to enter cartoon land.
We're totally stoked to do it because it's the original cast. We're all back there jumping back into that world.
So how is the animated series going to differ from the movie?
Well, in the animated series, there's a lot more storyline between all the characters. You get to focus on Uncle Rico and his brother Kip, and even the girl Tina who plays Deb.
Doesn't matter how stupid you look in the booth, like as long as your voice sounds good, they don't care.
Yeah, I don't need any boondoggles. I already made a buttload of those at camp.
We can actually take an incredible license and do all kinds of really wild things. Like, for instance, a liger actually will be able to be seen.
If you vote for me, all of your wildest dreams will come true.
I'm here with the Black Dynamite, Michael Jai White. Now, Black Dynamite is a cult classic. Why do you think audiences have reacted to it the way that they have?
Black Dynamite takes you to a different world. I mean, you know, you haven't seen this for a while. And plus, people love badasses.
We have more license to go to some other places because, you know, quite naturally, because we're dealing with animation. So, you know, I mean, we get to take it to the stratosphere.
The way it's drawn is exciting. The style of it, I ain't quite built like that. You know, so, I mean, it's just everything amped up.
You will see me with a size 3-inch waistline. That's never happened, even in the embryonic state.
And then they gave my character even a bigger stomach.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Who is Thor without his hammer? Who is the Green Lantern without his ring? And who is Beavis without his butthead?
Yeah.
Now the boys are back, but do they still have big balls?
Now hold still, dumbass.
So how has the show been updated for the modern times?
Beavis and Butthead are pretty much the same.
I am Cornholio!
I think there's something kind of universal and timeless about just horny, dumb 15-year-old boys. They're the same. The rest of the world's new. They're also watching newer stuff. Instead of just music videos, they're watching Jersey Shore.
She usually doesn't have sex with her big brother.
16 and Pregnant. They were watching MTV in the 90s, so they're watching it again.
There must be more TV! More TV! More TV!
I guess you couldn't see me doing my Cornholio, but oh wow, now that is a force power I would like. I cast force hotties. Oh wow, now it's getting really creepy. Now that looks like that's happening at my hotel room tonight. Once the gargoyles come out.
I don't want to know, Kevin. I don't want to know.
Candace, let me ask you something. I mean, it's safe to say that you like awesome things, right?
I sure do.
Why wouldn't you? And it's safe to say that Comic-Con is actually full of awesome things, right?
It sure is.
Well, did you know that you can get all of these awesome things and more every weeknight on our show, A Tag of the Show, live at 7 p.m. Eastern? Crazy.
We have discussed this.
What?
I hate it when you lie to my face.
Hey, that was like one time, and I really thought I was clean. This is true. I swear. Attack of the Show is TV's source for all the stuff you care about.
Kevin, don't toy with me. You know I have a deep and abiding love for stuff.
I know you do. That's why you should go over to g4tv.com/AOTS, and you should too if you love stuff.
On Community, Danny Pudi plays uber nerd and ultimate movie buff Abed.
So here at Attack of the Show, we challenged him to tackle the floor of the con to see if he could emerge unscathed.
I am Spartacus! I'm Danny Pudi. How's it going? Here at Comic-Con, there's so much cosplay going on, you can literally become anyone you want. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Who will fight me? Anyone? I will match your abilities. Anyone else? You guys are so funny! Okay! Oh, look at it!
You either die a hero or live long enough to become a villain. Hey, buddy. Hey, man. I'm Batman. Yeah, I'm Batman. You're gonna get hurt.
Not into it. Seriously, scram. Oh, my. Hey, guys. I found a baby. Should probably find his parents. Anybody? Dodge! 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 Stop dodge! Patak! It's a bird. In Polish. You guys are big. So let me get this right. You built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean? Oh, come on! Seriously? Back to the Future? You guys look great. Wrong movie. Had a great time on the floor today. No one was hurt in the making of this piece, except for that guy. And maybe this guy. But what do you expect? This is Comic-Con!
And that's how fetishes are born. Coming up, Summer Glau, star of Serenity and the Sarah Connor Chronicles, will join us.
She's here to talk about her new movie, Knights of Badassdom. LARPing never looked so good.
So you guys having fun at Comic-Con? I'm sorry, you can't actually talk. You can't talk to me. But you can be Power Rangers, right? Okay, cool, I'm good.
Because Hugh Jackman is here promoting Real Steel, and he's giving away free stuff. But don't worry if it gets too crazy. I think I got some backup.
How's it going, gang? Good to see you.
So you're coming from X-Men and Wolverine. What, did you just get lazy and decide to let the robots do the fighting this time?
Pretty much. I was like, enough. In fact, it was even better because I played an Xboxer. So I said to Sean, so basically I really need to let loose, right?
Yes.
He said, yeah, and I turned up about a month before shooting, about 20 pounds heavier, and he said, not that loose.
Oh. And a little birdie told me that you actually trained with Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray was our choreographer and advisor, and so he actually choreographed all the moves for the robots, gave them all different personality, and taught me how to box. In this world, it's the biggest sport in the world, and people love their robots, so you have to give them different physicalities, different looks, and different sort of feels, and so he was a big part of that.
Do you think we might have robot fights soon?
There is a Robot Olympics now. You know about that? Oh, yeah. And they play soccer. There's soccer, robot soccer. They
Probably
do
way better at me at soccer.
way better than me, too.
Before we leave, I have to challenge you to our own robot battle.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Who wins?
You win. That was good.
You can't handle this, Hugh Jackman.
That is good, but it's a little sad that you're that good at it.
Hey! Welcome back to G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 presented by Stride Gum. Nom, nom, nom. That's my gum miming. Since it's not my first Comic-Con, 6 months ago I actually bought stock in spandex and feathers and mylar and ski masks. And guess what? Now I'm rich! Wouldn't be a tag of the show without prop humor. It wasn't my idea. Now, when it comes to costumes, LARPers have cornered the market, and Knights of Badassdom hopes to conquer the market on hilarious LARPing tales. Joining me now, the movie's director, it has one, my good friend Joe Lynch, and one of the stars of Knights of Badassdom, Summer Glau. Well, hello there.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Summer, let me start with you, because Joe, we chat too far
all the time. It's a Twitter thing.
We go way back. Jambas every day. He loves the razzmatazz. What's your favorite boost?
The energy.
Of course it is,
Come
and you've got
on.
plenty of it.
Energy. You don't
Sorry,
need the energy
I get lost
one.
in his eyes. Summer, are you completely over Comic-Con at this point, or do you still enjoy it every year? Because you're a veteran, to say the least.
I am. No, I still love it. I have fun every year. I get nervous, but we just finished our panel, which was super exciting.
Now,
and
did the panel make you nervous, or is it the hover hands?
Yes.
Have you had hover hands yet? Are you familiar with that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's when, you know the hover hands. It's someone goes, can I take a picture? And then they do one of these, the awkward, like, and it never really touches down. It just sort of awkwardly hovers there.
I don't mind people. I always ask them if I can
She still does
touch
that
them
to me.
there,
It's just, like every time I'm like, oh, it's Summer.
She hover hands you?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Sorry to hear that. How did the panel go? Was it good for you guys?
It was amazing. Hall H. Dude, Hall H.
Well, for those who don't know, set up how important Hall H is.
Hall H is really it's Oz. It's really the biggest hall in Comic-Con, and the fact that our little scrappy independent film was in between the Immortals and Snow White, it's like, what?
Yeah, this wasn't like you weren't following a Warhammer figure painting panel. This was your guys' coming out party.
Absolutely. I mean,
Comic-Con.
dude, we had to go after a Tarsa movie. So what do you do after that? You bring reinforcements.
Yeah. So, Summer, tell us, Knights of Badassdom, what is happening in this epic LARPing movie?
A lot happens, but it all happens over one crazy night. Starts out with some friends trying to cheer their friend up, and they basically, well, what am I allowed to say?
Well, actually, it's about three guys. One of them who broke up with his girlfriend, and
wait, a LARPer had a girlfriend. So this is
no,
a fantasy film.
It's a guy who's never LARPed before.
There we go.
So his
That
two
explains
LARPing
it.
buddies are like, dude, you can sit at home and you can feel bad for yourself and watch a lot of internet porn, or you can come out with us and lose yourself a little bit. So
so he watches the porn, then goes out and does
oh, of
some
course.
LARPing.
Oh yeah.
Got it.
But goes out there, gets kind of literally thrown into a LARPing campaign for the weekend, and next thing you know, books get opened, monsters come out, and
So here's the thing, yeah, we've seen clips of LARPing, and they're always hilarious. The magic missile, and it's
Lightning bolt,
crumpled-
lightning
yeah,
bolt.
pieces of paper, and everybody laughs. But in this film, the LARPing takes an unexpected turn, and these guys have to actually turn into full-on knights.
Absolutely.
And
It's like
slay
all the
demons.
things that they learned, for all the years of just kind of like playing heroes, now they have to man up.
Summer, are you the damsel in distress, or are you a knight of
No,
Badassdom?
I throw down. I'm never the damsel in distress.
It was a sight to behold. It really was. Like because we had LARP training before. Hey, we took it very seriously.
No, I love that you had that, but is there a school for this, or did you actually just go out into the Los Angeles forest
You
and
made
fight
one.
hobos
We had
with
to,
foam
you know.
swords?
No, we had to. Like we had the help of the LARP Alliance. West Coast LARP Alliance, and they conducted a LARPing boot camp for all the actors, and we learned hit points, making sure that how many lightning bolts do you keep in your pouch, and what spells do you
Right.
cast?
If you get clipped in the knee, how does that leg work? now?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
does it work?
What do you lose? Where are your hit points? And that helped us so immensely, just being kind of adhering to the respect of the LARPing community, but also knowing how to kick ass. Didn't need a lot of help. Just saying.
Did you take to the foam core sword right away? Were you wield it badly?
I think we all never let go of our swords for 6 weeks.
One
were a
of
lot
the
of fun.
greatest nights was being out in pitch black night. There's mist everywhere. We had Sam McCurdy, who is the DP from The Descent and Doomsday. He knows how to shoot something big.
Right.
And we basically made a Kurosawa film where Summer kicks an ass, and everybody on set is just like, did that just happen? And she
Through
just
the
turned to
mist.
us and goes like,
Hair whips
I'm
and
good.
swords. I love it. I love
Amazing.
it. An all-star cast too. Peter Dinklage, Danny Pudi, who we just had on our show. Steve Zahn. How did you do this, Joe?
$300 million. No, absolutely. I'm kidding. No, honestly, it's a testament to the script that Matt Wall and Kevin Dreyfuss wrote. It was just so much fun, and it was something that was, not a remake and not it was an original film, and everybody loved going, we get to throw swords around and throw lightning bolts for a summer? Hell yes, sign us up.
Absolutely. Well, a nerd film for true nerds. It takes balls to do that these days, but if anybody can pull it off, it's you, good sir. It's a pleasure.
And you would know.
To see you here. I would. Actually, I have many tales from Japan that I did not dip into, but maybe I'll put it up on Twitter. Summer, absolute pleasure.
Good to see you.
Cannot wait to see you.
Dude.
Joe Lynch, good sir.
Thank you.
Next spring, right? Knights
Yes,
of Badassum?
next spring.
Look for it in the spring. Thank you guys for being here. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Candace?
I thought I knew what Comic-Con was all about. Cosplay, check. Comic books, check. Celebrity sightings and amazing panels, double check. But what I didn't plan for was busting my budget buying toys. The toys! They consume me!
I'm here in the Mattel booth where they just announced some brand new exclusive collectibles. Just don't try to steal the display model or this giant Voltron will step on you. For those of you who dig The Dark Knight, Mattel just unveiled a bunch of exclusive Arkham Asylum collectibles.
There's a new Batman film coming next year, The Dark Knight Rises, and in preparation for that, we've got 3 big Batman lines. Brave and the Bold for kids. We've got Arkham Asylum in the video game style, and our Movie Master 2-packs from the previous movie, Dark Knight. You've got Batman, Honor Guard Joker, and from the Arkham Asylum video game, Harley Quinn and that amazing Arkham Asylum look. All the 2-packs are about $30 SRP.
If you think turning 30 sucks, wait, because you should see how Masters of the Universe is doing it.
2012 is the 30th anniversary of Masters of the Universe, and we've got huge announcements. First off, we now have access to the Filmation characters. We've got characters based on concept art, like Demo Man, the original artwork for Skeletor. We have the Sorceress, the first time we've done her. All of the figures are $20. And the big news is our Create a Character contest. We are letting fans make their own Masters figure, and the winner will be announced next year at Comic-Con and will be in the line at the end of the year.
If you have a poltergeist problem, who are you going to call? No, not the Ghostbusters. Mattel.
This is our Ghostbuster trap prop replica. Does everything it should do in the movie. You hit the foot pedal, whoa, and you're catching ghosts just like Peter Venkman. Hit it again, and it's going to close on up for you.
And you actually have some new figures as well?
We do. We've some kind of best, most fan-demanded figures we've ever done in the Ghostbusters line. We've got Vigo, Scourge of Carpathia, Sorrow of Moldavia. We've got Dana Barrett as Zool for the first movie. The trap is $120, and the figures are $20 each.
And last but not least, possibly the coolest Voltron announcement. I watched the cartoon as a kid, so this is freaking me out.
So this is the ultimate epic scale Voltron, 22 inches. It's composed of the 5 lions, but it's all 3 3/4 scale. They all fit in the lions, and then the lions reconfigure and form Voltron. The pilot figures are $15 each. The lions themselves will range from $30 to $50, and they're sold as a subscription on MattyCollector.com. If you sign up for the full subscription, all 5 lions, all 5 pilots, you get a bonus 6th pilot of Sven. You can only get Sven if you sign up for the full year subscription on MattyCollector.com.
I love Comic-Con collectibles, and now, thanks to Mattel, playing with yourself doesn't sound quite as dirty. Well, maybe a little dirty. Oh well.
You know, if Darth Vader destroyed Alderaan today, Obi-Wan Kenobi wouldn't have actually needed the Force to hear a million voices crying out all at once.
He would have just checked his Twitter stream. Allison?
Well, I'm happy to report that no planets have been blown up yet. All right, Twitter wall, let's see what you got. I'm going to start at the bottom this time. Clayton154 says, Comic-Con this year is amazing. I love the costumes. I'm sitting on my couch wearing my Spider-Man costume. G4 Comic-Con equals heaven. Clayton, I really hope that you're actually 9 years old and those are your Spider-Man pajamas and that you're not a grown man sitting in a costume. All right. Real Will Moore says, love everything on screen, but we want more Arkham City. At this point, just make stuff up and live. Couldn't agree with you more. Everyone at Comic-Con gets free copies. Yay! All right, and finally we have Lost Hedge in reference to Knights of Badassdom says anything involving Ms. Blau is of interest to me, so I will have to see this movie now. Couldn't agree with you more, sir. Oh, and what's that? Oh, we have another Comic-Con exclusive action figure? Damn right we do. And it's a Mortal Kombat Lightning Fury Raiden. It's amazing. Can I keep this? No, I can't. Okay, fine. You can have it. I know, we have to give it to the person who won. Now, if you want the honor of appearing on our Twitter wall, just use the hashtag SDCC on G4. I want it.
In a matter of minutes, we will release Damon Lindelof, creator of Lost, into the wilds of Comic-Con. He'll return with a prophecy of the new Star Trek movie.
Woo!
And maybe a religious statue that's filled with drugs. You never know with him. Stick around.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Stride 2.0, the ridiculously upgraded, ridiculously long-lasting gum.
Burning desire to wait in long lines to purchase something completely out of your price range? Well, sucks to be you. Excuse me. Last one? Thanks. And I'm looking at some very familiar faces right here. Let's talk about these three superheroes.
We have Captain America in his brand new outfit based on the upcoming film Avengers, Tony Stark in his brand new Mark 7 armor, and lastly, Mr. Chris Hemsworth in one of his new costume looks as well. These are all 100% new based on the new, more techy, superfied looks for all of our favorite heroes.
So these are all modeled after the actual Iron Man 2 movie.
Correct.
They're not just amazing paperweights, right?
No, not at all, but they are heavy. The helmet piece itself is actually completely made from metal. But the great thing about these things is that you can display them separately, you can display them together on the base, and it's just a really awesome piece for Comic-Con.
Mine. This is probably my favorite collectible that I'm looking at right now. It is a TARDIS bobblehead.
It is exclusive to Comic-Con. We've got 3,000 of these things, and each one is individually numbered.
Also exciting,
Yeah.
It makes noises.
It does.
I'm going to go find Matt Smith and make him sign this.
There he is! Mutants, aliens, hobbitses, and he who shall not be named all have one thing in common: a human being that spent hours in a makeup chair. The sci-fi series Face Off delves into the world of special effects artists and the incredible talent it takes to bring the most outrageous characters to life. Please welcome to the stage Eric Fox, RJ Hattie, and Tommy Peach. Woo! Thanks, guys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now,
Thanks for having us.
Of course. These three special effects artists are competing for the final spot on next season's Face Off, with fans picking the winner online. You guys have had all day to play God with a special assignment of incorporating a handbag into your creations. Eric, can you tell us about yours?
The handbag or creation?
Your creation!
What I went for was kind of a vintage, kind of Frankensteinish, evil medical experiment gone bad, basically.
Okay. All right, RJ?
Well, I wanted to do a comic book character. You know, we're at Comic-Con, but he said no, so I thought, well, what's the next best thing to comic book character? I thought Greek mythology, and she has intense, beautiful eyes, so I thought, hey, we got to go with Medusa, so I pulled a Medusa out of the hat.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
and Tommy, let's get a look at yours.
Yeah, like I said, he nailed it. I wanted to do a superhero too, but they said we couldn't for copyrights problems. So what I went ahead and did is lots of beautiful people here at Comic-Con, lots of beautiful celebrities.
Yeah.
I thought, let's do an upscale demon socialite, a la Paris Hilton or what have you. And I think it went really well.
All right, well, where can people go if they want a closer look at your entries?
Soleil at K.
It's a Marriott Hotel, just a block from Comic-Con.
At 4:30.
Hey, everybody, make sure that you check it out. This is amazing. I don't know how you do this. Incredible, guys. All right, there you have it. Now it's up to you to decide who will join the next season of Face Off. Go to sci-fi.com to vote for your favorite. Thanks, guys. Eric, RJ, and Tommy.
Thank you guys for having us.
Oh,
my
incredible. Face Off returns to sci-fi early next year.
Hey, I'm getting it in.
No.
Was that the Drew Carey, Ohio there? Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I like that. Nice call.
Out in West Virginia.
Hey, you would think that co-creating Lost would be enough for most people, but not Damon Lindelof, whose upcoming projects include the next Star Trek movie. And we sent our very own smoke monster, Chris Gore, to see what Damon's been up to after leaving that little island.
Tell me about Prometheus. It started out as a prequel to the original Alien, but now it's evolved into an original sci-fi film.
Yeah, I kind of think that that all great prequels should actually be original films, because if it just ends with the beginning of the next film, you know exactly where it's going. And Ridley, although he started developing an Alien prequel, straight up, he wanted to take this movie into sort of into an area where people would buy a ticket for it and not exactly know where it was going to end up. The original script was written by a guy named John Spates. He wrote a great draft. It had a lot more of the sort of alien mythology in it. The movie started to evolve into something that was a little bit more original and special, so that if there was a sequel to Prometheus, it would not be Alien. It would actually start veering off into its own territory. And these are all characters that we've never seen before in the Alien universe. And not to say that this even takes place in the Alien universe, but I think that if you're fans of those movies, you'll definitely be getting your money's worth.
Let's talk about Star Trek 2.
We've been working very, very long and hard on the script. It's our challenge to make Trek 2. It has to be better than Trek 1. We hold The Dark Knight up as like, this is a sequel that actually really transcended the original. And now that we've gotten the crew together, the what happens next question is something that we're taking really seriously. So it's been a lot of fun, but it's been really hard. For someone who's been coming to Comic-Con since the mid-90s and standing on lines for 4 or 5 hours to get into these panels, and then suddenly be in the position of, now I'm backstage, oh my God, now I'm on this panel, oh my God, I wrote a movie that Ridley Scott is directing. I keep sort of waiting for to get pinched and wake up.
Damon Lindelof is a geek gone good. Thanks a lot for the scoop on Prometheus, and looking forward to Star Trek 2.
In just a few minutes, I fully expect Torchwood fans to bum rush the stage and trample us all.
Well, that's because star John Barrowman is coming by.
Yes, he is.
And we're going to talk Miracle Day right after this very short break. That was a bruise.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Here at Comic-Con is Artist Alley. They have some of the best artists in the world here, drawing things from monsters to superheroes to... Hey, that girl looks kind of familiar. I can't put my finger on it, but she looks smart and interesting and pretty all at once. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later. I like it, though. Sexy.
This is G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011, presented to you by the fine people and the equally fine people at Pizza Hut. Yes. Coming up in the next hour, Captain Jack Harkness pays us a visit. We're going to talk Torchwood, Miracle Day with star John Barrowman, and that's actually coming up in seconds, I believe.
Yes, it is. I hope you've got good insurance, because Rob Corddry will be here to tell us all about Medicare Part D. Oh, and also his show, Children's Hospital.
Well, yeah, we'll chat about that. And later, meet the best-dressed writer you'll ever see when Castle's Nathan Fillion adds a bit more swarthy to our convention coverage. Swarthy.
I like that word.
Thank you.
You say it well.
I know.
One of the biggest panels at Comic-Con this year belonged to Torchwood. The Doctor Who spinoff is coming back for a 4th series on the Starz Network.
Typical America bailing out the British again. Here to tell us about Miracle Day is the one and only John Barrowman, everybody!
Yay!
I can't believe you've been bobbing with the infectious techno music from the convention.
It's the first time I've heard it.
Yeah.
You guys have heard it all day.
I got it on loop all day, but I love that. You seem to really be in your element here.
I absolutely love Con. This is my 4th one that I've been to. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek at heart, and I love it.
Not the I'm going to throw on a Star Wars shirt and pretend kind of nerd. Like
no.
A child.
No. I was 8 years old when I first saw. I think 8 or 9 when I saw the film. I'm probably off by a year or 2, but you'll get over it. I love superheroes. Yeah, love superheroes. Raised by the Force. All the stuff. I used to play with all of the little action figures. Everything. I love this place. I come in The first day I arrived, I flew in from London, and I said, look, I'll come to Comic-Con, but I have to be able to walk the floor.
Absolutely.
And I went and I spent about $400, $500 on T-shirts.
Oh my gosh!
I also heard that you
amazing.
spent 40 or 50 minutes just staring at yourself on the Torchwood
Well, that's
poster.
what I was gonna say.
Look at that right there.
There I am.
It's kind of hard to miss, right?
There I am, kids.
Can you do the pose
Yeah,
for us,
uh-oh.
please? Oh yeah.
This is way too meta.
Amazing.
Way too meta. Torchwood, Miracle Day. Oh, I thought we were gonna have it pop up on the screen.
See, look.
Wait, can you crush your own head? Can
I'm gonna, wait a minute. Oh wait,
I love it. So now, what was the first thing you did when you hit the floor of the con? Where you actually got to look around and you went shopping?
I went shopping and I spent a lot of money, and my partner Scott's gonna be like, "What is all this stuff?" I bought a Captain America action figure, one of the new ones. I bought a couple of Iron Men. What else? I bought all the T-shirts. I bought some character glasses. Ones like retro glasses, like they used to sell in McDonald's and stuff when you used to get them with meals.
Yeah.
And with but at that
Talking
time
they gave actual glass to children.
Yes,
Like, here's your
they
Happy
did.
Meal. Let's
They
got grimace
did.
on it.
They did.
Don't choke.
How are you gonna get all this stuff back?
Ship it, baby.
Oh, okay.
Put
That
it in a
makes
box
sense.
and ship it.
Okay, now I want to get to Torchwood. Now you play Captain Jack, a guy who was pretty much immortal, but after Miracle Day, everything changed.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
different?
Well, everything changes because Jack is the only mortal man left on the planet, and the rest of the planet becomes immortal.
How? How does that happen?
Well, there's an event happens. I can't tell you what it is because the whole 10 episodes you're figuring out what this event is. But a lot of stuff happens along the way that it's pretty dark. It's like one of the darkest series that we've done. And I know all the fans out there, they love when we get dark on them.
Yes.
Nothing beats a bit of dark chocolate.
But by episode 10, will we
figure
know
everything.
what happened, or is
Yes.
it going to raise more questions?
No. We're one of those series that in our
answer.
stories, we answer everything by episode 10. So you don't wait another 6 series to find out what's happened.
Awesome.
And along the way in those episodes, you're going to have sex with anything, right? Man, woman, alien, plants. You're omnisexual.
Yeah, omnisexual Captain Jack. I mean, in this one, if you were just to watch this series, you'd think he's just gay because he has sex with men. But he does have it with everything and
That must
anything.
lead to some interesting fan interactions on the floor. It doesn't matter what they're dressed as or acting
not
as.
at all.
Think
You
they
know
have
what?
a shot.
Because of being omnisexual, I've got the best fan base in the world. Because I've got men, women, everything, aliens.
You have all the aliens. Look at that.
They
you
all want
lucky.
to have Captain Jack.
The first contact is probably going to be with you.
I hope so.
In many, many ways.
I hope so.
Now, if someone hasn't seen the first 3 seasons of Torchwood, is Miracle Day a good starting point to start the show?
It's a perfect starting point because you can the new characters that come into it, the characters of Rex and Esther, they've asked the questions. What is Torchwood? So it's right off the bat. But if you're a fan who's been with us for a long time, you'll know it's Torchwood right off the bat also. And then there's also, if you want to go back and see the other 3 series, they are available on DVD.
Oh.
And you should check them out.
And fine retailers everywhere. Make sure you grab them.
Absolutely.
Are you guys doing a panel? Have you?
We've done a panel. We
Oh,
did it.
how'd it go?
We did. It was phenomenal. Apparently, they were queuing up from 3 o'clock in the morning to get in, and it was
Oh
one
my
of the
gosh.
longest lines they've had. So
Congratulations.
it's awesome.
That's amazing.
About 4.5 to almost 5,000 people. So next year we need to be in the big room. In the bigger room.
Yeah.
Is there a bigger room?
Well, we'll have to make one.
That's
If not,
a
they
big
can
room
build
to
it.
me.
They're just half the convention.
They're going to need
center.
one just to store your posters. I mean,
That's
that is
going
giant.
home- that's
I don't know
going
how
home
you're going to
with me.
ship that
It is,
back.
you're gonna
That's
ship
going
it
home
back.
with me on the flight tonight.
You'll just reassemble it
You'll
in
see
pieces,
this plane
right?
taking off. There'll be this huge big billboard on
Just
the side
dragging
of it.
from the back of it.
Yes.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
John, you're such a nice guy. It's a pleasure to
Thank
really meet
you.
you and chat with you.
Appreciate
So
it.
nice
You guys
to
are
meet
doing a
you.
phenomenal
Thank
job.
you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
There's so much coming your way right there. Jonah Hill will be here to talk about Alan Gregory. That's just one of those things.
I like how it sounds as if he's coming here to gossip about a mutual friend, but
No.
it's actually his new animated series on Fox.
Well, maybe he'll gossip. Who knows?
Eh.
We'll find out.
Okay, guys, you got to see this. Like, I think I found my favorite cosplay costume of all time. We have Spider-Man here. Spider-Man, oh my God, tell me about your costume.
My costume has been great today. People have been loving it.
Yeah? It looks like it's difficult to get out of.
It's difficult to get into too.
Okay, so all this and more on the show today, so stay tuned.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Pizza Hut. All your favorites at great prices every day.
You Jonah Hill has a successful career in movies. The guy has made over $13.7 billion personally off of his films. But now he's taking on the cartoon world with his own animated series, Alan Gregory.
Please welcome Jonah Hill.
Hello, Dr. Hill.
Welcome. Thank
All right,
you.
man. Good to see you.
Okay, I need to say, you look amazing.
Thank you.
I almost didn't even recognize you, but I did.
It's probably a good thing.
Now, how's Comic-Con been treating you?
It's been great. We got in last night. We had some fun. Myself and the co-creators of Alan Gregory, the show we made, are here, Jared and Andy, and we just went out and tore up San Diego. We had fun.
Awesome.
I want to know what tearing up San Diego is for you. I mean, do you just kick down doors to clubs and start popping glow sticks, or?
No, it's just drinking beer and making jokes.
All right, that's
a great way.
That's good enough.
Nothing too wonderful.
Now, Alan Gregory is a new animated feature that's coming to Fox this fall, which you actually created. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, Alan Gregory is this young man right here. He's the world's most pretentious 7-year-old. He's kind of a pretentious jerk, and he has two rich homosexual fathers, and they are life partners, and he loses all the family's money, and he has to go to public school for the first time with like normal kids.
So he's had like 7 years of an incredibly affluent upbringing, so he kind of has a stick someplace. And then
yeah, it's like if like the fanciest, jerkiest, pretentious kid you knew had to like enter your normal classroom.
And so what is it? So he's like well versed on like violin and concertos and stuff like that. Wants caviar.
He's
for
watching
snack
like
time.
Charlie Rose, and then these kids are talking about like wiping boogers in their dad's hair.
Of course,
and stuff like that.
I love it.
And it's really fun. He falls in love with this principal right here, who's disgusting looking.
He falls in love with her?
Yeah, there's a lot of fun
It
stuff.
happens. He probably wasn't exposed to that much in his well-to-do
You can't
house.
control love sometimes. You know?
Yeah, especially with that.
Yeah.
Now, what was the biggest surprise or challenge when creating your own animated show?
I just think it's so interesting that it takes like a year to make every episode. That's kind of the most bizarre part of it, is that you work with the other writers and you get these animatics back, and then you send it off and you send it to Korea. And then you're just like waiting for your child to come back from summer camp or something. Like, you just get it back from Korea, and then you have no idea how they're going to animate it. And then you give notes and send it back to Korea, and then it comes back.
And you just hope there's not tentacles and crazy anime lines everywhere, like in the action scenes.
Like a very small understanding of how American people interact with one another.
How long has this been in the works?
Gosh, I think it's been like 2 or 3 years since we wrote the first script.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just taking that long.
We really just wanted to make a story about a really pretentious jerk, but we thought it'd be funny if he was like adorable and 7 and this tall, as opposed to.
It makes it a lot better. It's funnier.
Yeah, I mean, do the adults in the series, are they like amused with his level of pretension, or do they think he's the snobbiest 7-year-old they've ever met?
Alan Gregory is a product of his father, Richard, played by French Stewart, who's probably the worst man in the history of the world. His morals are all out of whack. And so everyone else, like, this is like becomes his best friend. This is his adopted sister, Julie. He hates the teacher. And then this is Zadak, who's played by Jake Johnson, who's hilarious. And there's a lot of, it's like a really about it's like a character thing. It's about all these people getting along with one another, and he's the epicenter and a jerk, and right at the epicenter of it.
And he's 7, which I love. So when's the panel, and what are you guys going to be doing there?
The panel's on Sunday at, I believe, does anyone know what time it is? I think it's like 11 or noon or something like that.
Okay, and when does the series start airing?
October 30th, we go on right after the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode. So,
so that's a really terrible lead-in. I mean, I don't know how.
I mean, for me, I'm like a total product of The Simpsons. It's my favorite show ever. And the fact that we're going on after them is
amazing.
The greatest thing ever. It's insane. And then Family Guy, we're going on between Simpsons and Family Guy. So,
so your ratings are going to be through the roof.
Hopefully some people stick around in the middle and don't turn it off and then turn it back on.
That's great company. Well, I'll be tuning in specifically for it. I mean, it sounds hilarious. And,
congratulations.
And congrats on
Thank you.
creating the damn thing. And that's no easy feat.
It's the most proud I've ever been of anything in my life. So
That's
amazing. And it's pretty out there. It's edgy.
We'll be watching. Dude,
Well, good luck with everything.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank
Really appreciate it.
you.
See you guys.
Good luck tearing up San Diego tonight.
All right, we will.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that Jason Momoa was a badass as Khal Drogo, no, you can hang out. You take the chair, take the microphone, whatever you want. Wait till you see him as Conan the Barbarian.
Let's send it over to Allison for a floor report.
Sharpen your swords, crush your enemies, and hear the lamentation of your women. Because what do we want to see? In 3 days.
Conan, Conan. That's it?
How many names do I need?
I think the most important question we have to ask is how many gallons of blood are spilled in this movie?
About 150.
1,000.
Run from me, and I will follow you to hell.
You get your own fight sequences too, right? Don't you get to fight Rose McGowan?
Yes, I do get to fight Rose McGowan, and that was really fun because we get to train for it and then fight and then roll around in the dirt. And who doesn't love that?
This movie's inspired by the original short stories of Conan, right? So what was it like kind of bringing those original characters to life?
You just want to know that world. You want to see that badass. He's got a girl around his leg and be like, dude, I want to read this story. You read the stories and it takes you into this beautiful world.
Then he's iconic. And so every generation is going to revisit that, you know, and kind of interpret it in their own way.
It's an absolute action adventure. It's all balls out. There's nothing that's not in there. There's love. There's sex.
Yeah. Major action in this. So did everyone make it out safely? Any bumps or scrapes along the way?
I actually stabbed myself in the ass one day. That was unfortunate, you know. I was doing a big flourish with my sword as I passed it behind myself, and I'd broken a shard of my sword off, and I went like that, and I jammed it in, and I went, oh! And after they cut, Marcus Nispel, the director, came down and went, oh, I love that victory yell you did. It was wonderful when you killed the monk and you yelled, ah! I said, that wasn't a victory yell. I stabbed myself in the ass, Marcus. He said, whatever.
How about you? Any scrapes?
Yeah. Every day. That's the hard part, is keeping injury at bay. It's everywhere. Scars everywhere.
I will warn you, the floors of Comic-Con are very similar, so stay safe, guys.
Yeah.
You will kneel before me. No man shall live in chains.
When can we look forward to seeing this movie?
August 19th, I believe. It'll hit the screens. Be there.
You're going to have fun. You're absolutely going to have fun.
He slices, he dices, and now he's in 3D. Get yourself a Conan the Barbarian. I want one.
In just a minute, we'll bring you an exclusive sneak peek of a new anime project over at Marvel Comics.
And we'll take a closer look at Spartacus, which, apart from a tag of the show, has the highest concentration of penises on television today. It's true. Stick around, everybody!
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Conan the Barbarian in 3D. Enter the world of the Barbarian. In theaters everywhere, August 19th.
Now they're all dead? What is going on? Why not?
Welcome back to the biggest pop culture event of the year. This is G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011.
Right now, Blair Butler will help you program your DVR so that you're ready for the new TV season.
I never meant for any of this to happen.
The only thing better than one Sarah Michelle Gellar kicking ass on TV is two Sarah Michelle Gellars. That's right, it's a twofer in Ringer. Tell me the premise for the show.
Well, it's basically a serialized thriller. At the heart of it is Sarah Michelle plays identical twins, and there is a murder that occurs. I'm an FBI agent, basically trying to crack the case.
Tell me, what's it like to play two characters? That's got to be crazy.
You know, it's no different than doing two jobs. I mean, that's what we do as actors, is we play different characters. So I just play them more often and at the same time.
It's not safe for either of us.
Is this more or less ass-kicking than Buffy?
It's a different kind. I think that I love mysteries, and I love when there's, you're sitting there trying to figure it out, but I get frustrated sometimes because you don't always get the answers. It won't be a disappointment.
Ringer, you had me at Sarah Michelle Gellar and twins. Thank you. I'll be tuning in.
I can't believe what I've done. Do you like gladiator movies? Have you ever seen a grown man naked? Then with Spartacus, you get the best of both worlds, and this year, it's back with a vengeance.
The Romans took everything from me.
Season 3 is so ridiculously gigantic.
Everything gets amplified this season.
The scale of this thing, it's like filming a movie every single episode.
Is really about a struggle of leadership, of direction, of moral high ground.
Spartacus is trying to find his way as a leader and trying to police the different groups and the infighting.
Take up arms and to join us in freedom.
The fight choreography and the battle
You know, that's how it was. You know, they had orgies. They watched Christians buried up to their heads getting eaten by lions.
I've got so many spoilers. I can't tell you them. That's the catch. This guy's he's the spoiler police. He's right next to me. So.
No spoilers.
What? No spoiler? Like, can you just... No.
So, if you watch Spartacus, you too might get your own, I was going to say muscular friend, but your own gladiator. Do I get a hug now?
You get it whatever you want, man.
I am Spartacus.
This summer, G4 is premiering 4 exclusive Marvel anime series. So if you love any combination of Iron Man, Wolverine, the X-Men, Blade, and the country of Japan, you'll be all set. Joining me now is Executive Vice President of Marvel Entertainment, Jeff Loeb. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me. I'm having such a good time.
Of course.
It's completely insane here. Like, I can barely even hear you when I'm like 2 feet away from you.
I know, and I have this thing in my ear, so I'm like, now, what can we expect from the Iron Man and Wolverine anime series starting next week?
Probably some of the most cool anime ever. What I love about this show is that it's Marvel blended with anime in a way that it needs to be done, which is Madhouse. If you can believe this, somebody actually invented anime. It's sort of like saying I invented the bag, or I invented, I don't know.
I know, it's crazy.
Like, it's silly. So it's the most beautiful animation in the world. And on top of which, what you'll be seeing on G4 are the English versions of the Japanese shows.
Oh, great.
So in the case of Iron Man, our friend Adrian Pasdar is playing Tony Stark, and in the case of Wolverine, Milo Ventimiglia,
That's so cool.
is playing Logan.
Now, how are these series and the upcoming X-Men and Blade series interconnected?
It's very, very cool. They're 12-part stories. Each are individuals, but they all exist within the same world. They all take place in the Pacific Rim area.
Okay.
So that at any moment you just might find that Iron Man drops by into a Wolverine story. Or
Really?
you've
See,
got
that's so cool.
obviously
I love
Wolverine the
that.
X-Men thing. So it's very cool.
Awesome. Now, there are some rumors that you're working on a big project for Marvel for later on in the year.
Also X-Men related. We just announced it here down in San Diego. About 2 years ago, my favorite character in the Marvel Universe, a character by the name of Cable, tragically died. He is, as they do in comics, he is Cable Reborn. So I'm bringing back the best soldier in the Marvel Universe with Ed McGuinness.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us,
Great.
Jeff.
Thank you very much, Candace. We love the show.
Of course,
Look forward to seeing it here.
Yeah, join us anytime. Now remember, G4 is the exclusive U.S. broadcaster for Marvel anime, written and developed by award-winning graphic novelist Warren Ellis. Iron Man and Wolverine premiere July 29th at 11 p.m. Eastern. Head on to g4tv.com/Marvel for images, videos, and more.
Actually, right now, why don't you stay right where you are? Rob Corddry will join us live on stage with some heartwarming tales from Children's Hospital. That's coming up next.
G4's live coverage of Comic-Con 2011 is brought to you by Marvel Anime. Iron Man and Wolverine premiere Friday night at 11, only on G4.
Represented. I have a couple of StarCraft kitties here. This is Mark and Lily, and this is what I love about Comic-Con. You guys are actually a couple, right?
Yeah.
And then, did you guys meet playing StarCraft?
No, we didn't actually, no.
So who played, did you both play StarCraft originally?
Yeah, I started playing it when I was little, and then we both started playing it. And She got me hooked on it, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you were like Eve with the apple. You're like, here, I'm tempting
Definitely,
you with this.
yeah.
That's amazing. Now,
Takes up
talk
way
about
too
these
much more time.
costumes, because they're unbelievable. They light up. How long did you guys spend making these?
A very long time. 7 months we just decided about.
7 months.
Yeah.
And you made them specifically for Comic-Con?
We tried to get an earlier convention. They weren't done in time, so this
Oh
is the
man.
first one, yeah.
So they're being released here. I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, they're not done yet. But
What do you have to add?
A lot, actually.
You don't want to talk about it. You're like, it's good enough for the Comic-Con floor. Whatever. I love it. Lily, I have to say, you're probably the hottest girl I've ever seen who plays StarCraft. Am I right? She's gorgeous. Mark, you are a very lucky man. I'm going to let you guys enjoy Comic-Con. Right now, I'm going to send it back upstairs to Kevin and Candace. Hi, guys.
Thanks, Allison.
Hello.
There.
I like it. What's up? Hey, there's somebody here. That was the reveal. Our next guest makes a living creeping the hell out of me on billboards when I'm driving to work.
And also as a star on Children's Hospital.
Please welcome back to the program, Rob Corddry, everybody! There are thousands of people that clap for you. You don't have to now, Rob. That's all right. Get in there.
That's nice. I have
You
that too.
P90X? What is that?
I care a lot about my body, guys.
Yeah.
It's a temple. I mean,
it is something of a temple, but not really. Okay. My body's a synagogue.
Oh, that's
my body is a synagogue.
Next door neighbor to it. That's fine.
Wonderful. How is Comic-Con treating you so far?
Great. I mean, I'm exhausted.
Oh, what a lie that was.
I'm
You must hate
exhausted.
this convention.
I'm just really confused. I thought this was the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning convention. That's in Santa Fe.
HVAC line is in Santa Fe. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just about HVAC. I don't know anything about this stuff.
Well, I mean, tell us the latest advancements in ducting technology. I mean, is it all about airflow control?
Okay, you're joking and it's not cool because this is really important to me.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to belittle your passion.
This is like my thing.
Are you able to go through the crowd without people recognizing you because you don't have your makeup on? Or
I am one of those guys. Like, I'm not like I have a very comfortable level of notoriety or fame or whatever. So, usually I'm pretty incognito or whatever. And when people do approach you or something, it's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But this is nuts. Like, these are my people, like sweaty young boys. Like, these are my demographic.
That is a
sweaty young boys.
This now just became Exhibit A in a future court
I know,
trial,
right?
by the way. These are my people.
Wow.
No, let's reveal more. This is good.
I'm so erect right now. Can I say that?
You just did.
So
is everybody at home.
So what I'm doing is I did that thing where I have a mask that I'm wearing.
Did you actually wear one down
I'm
there?
a big comic book fan, and I love this stuff, so I am here as a fan, too. And
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
wearing my mask, but it's the only one I could find that was closest to the door, and it's a kitty mask. So I'm like walking around like Asian kitty. And people are staring at me, but not because they recognize me, because it's the dumbest mask.
Right.
They're like,
hey, but now you can't wear it anymore because everyone's going to know. So
I was going to bring it up here. I was like, oh, no, that'll blow my cover.
Is there a moment, is there like a head trip moment where you're like, oh man, people are staring at me, they might recognize me, I'm Rod Cordry, and then you realize, oh no, it's just because of this stupid mask?
No, it's a stupid mask. I also felt like I was like, oh, I feel invisible right now. I should take my clothes off and play pranks on people.
You should do that.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
Now, getting to Children's Hospital, it's an
Sweaty
I was like, I wanted
boys.
to cut back to that clip right
Sweaty
there.
young
Sweaty
boys.
young boys.
It's in its third season now. How have you upped the ante?
How we up the ante? I don't know. I guess just more jokes per minute.
It's now a laugh riot, not a laugh uprising.
Yeah. We're our show is basically just an engine for jokes. So like that's how we try and. Also more Sarah Silverman.
Nice.
I
God
wish
bless
I
her.
had. I wish I had the guts to write myself a kissing scene. I can't.
it.
Yeah, I can't do it. I feel like it's creepy.
Why?
But I would definitely have. That would have been the one.
You could get it in there.
Yeah, but it's like I feel. It just doesn't
You
feel
bring in
right.
a guest writer.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom Lordry.
This is what
And he wrote improv sex scenes. So let's just ad-lib this
so
with
we
our
have
genitals.
to do it.
It says genital ad-libbing right there.
Full penetration happens here.
Exactly. Insert insertion. Because you say your show is a vehicle for jokes, which it is, and I love it. It's absolutely hilarious.
Thank you.
Do you ever sit down there and go, okay, we're a medical drama spoof show. We have to be that, or does that not even enter the mindset?
Yeah, no, it does for sure. But like, I get some inspiration from that kind of stuff. That's what it started, really.
Right.
But now it's mostly just like parodying TV drama in general.
Right.
You know.
Excuse me.
Oh, we need a doctor here.
We're on hour 4.
Excuse me. The Children's Hospital.
Do you need a Red Bull? Do you need a Red Bull?
I'm good. I just downed some nerves. I think that's what was caught in my
Wait,
throat.
at the
But I'll take
convention,
water.
that sounds like a crazy
I
euphemism.
just downed some nerds.
Downed some nerds.
I downed some sweaty young boys.
Yeah.
We're the same.
Who doesn't have sweaty young nerds in their throat?
What I was going to say was the Children's Hospital panel was yesterday. Did you
Yeah.
do anything special for the fans?
Yes, we made a huge announcement, actually. We made a huge announcement. You know, Malin Ackerman is on the show.
Yes.
And I made the announcement that she will be playing the Silk Spectre in The Watchmen, which is so cool. Like, it was such a pleasure to be able to bring that to the fans.
Huge
You
day
know?
for you and that entire convention. So now, is it the rest of the evening? Is it just plowing fangirls or what?
Mostly it's just, yeah, I think so. My kitty mask.
It's a very special after
It just
party
gets
in your hotel
creepier
room.
from here, guys. It gets really
You know
creepy.
what? Then, we're going to have to cut this a little short. Thank you, Rob.
I'm getting yanked.
No, Rob, dude, always
I'm
a
just
pleasure.
kidding.
Huge fan.
Always fun
Thank
talking to you
so
guys.
much.
Thanks
Can't
for
wait for
having me.
season-
Tune in to Children's
four. I know
Hospital
it's coming up.
Thursdays on Adult Swim.
I can't remember the last time I saw Rob Corddry without clown makeup on his face. Now, our resident comic book expert, Blair Butler, has risked being crushed by towers of comic books. Also, you'll know what to read. Seriously, she was wearing a hard hat at her desk last week. It was weird. Now, here she is with a full report from Top Cow and Image Comics.
I'm here in the Image Comics booth for time travel, a little bit of darkness, and zombies. That is disgusting. I'm here with the unofficial mayor of Comic-Con, Mr. Robert Kirkman.
Hi, how are you?
I'm excellent. For those few people who don't know, this man created The Walking Dead, both the comic and now the successful TV show. Is anyone safe in this series?
No, definitely not. I've been saying that since the beginning, and people just do not believe me. It's good to have people invested, though, to the point where they're like, don't do that. To keep things interesting, because I feel like the best aspect of The Walking Dead is that when you sit down to read an issue, you have no idea what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to live, you don't know who's going to die, and I want to maintain that for the show.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's coming up in the comic?
This is really the next phase in the Walking Dead storyline. It's something that we've been building to from the very beginning of the series. We're calling it a larger world. We're going to start finding other pockets of civilization that they're going to be able to interact with. And some of those interactions are going to be very good and very helpful, and other interactions are not going to be.
I have to say, a lot of people know you best as the guy who killed the Human Torch.
Guilty, yeah. I got a lot of fan mail over that, right?
We're here at Image, and obviously it's all about creator-owned comics here. You just released a new comic called The Red Wing that's kind of like a Time War comic.
Visually, it's like a dog fighting through time. It's kind of a temporal love story, I guess, with daddy issues.
You also announced a brand new project here at the Comic-Con.
I started off writing and drawing. You know, Nightly News was my first book, and I miss drawing. And so I'm going to be doing a one-shot at Image called Feel Better Now.
Of course, Image's partner studio is Top Cow, and I am here with publisher Philip Sablik to tell us about one of your biggest properties and some big changes for the Darkness.
Yes, I'm super excited. The Darkness 2 video game is coming out in February from 2K Games and Digital Extremes. They've got demo stations here at Comic-Con. People get to play it and get a cool exclusive comic. They've got like a Darkling statue that people can win. And we're just thrilled at how much time and effort 2K has put into making sure that the second game is even better than the first game. The main thing that they've really added that I think is going to change gameplay is the quad wielding action. Oh, nice. So you can use both trigger buttons and the bumper buttons and have 4 weapons, the 2 Darkness arms and 2 guns, killing dudes left and right.
Well, there you have it, Image and Top Cow, never lacking in originality, and I absolutely love them for that.
Oh, looks so good.
I have to go put some lip gloss on.
Right now, all of a sudden?
Yeah,
Why?
no reason.
Well, we're in the middle of a live show and you have to set... Nathan Fillion. He's our next guest, isn't he?
Is he? Well, I hadn't noticed. I just, my lips are really chapped.
Right, okay, we'll be right back with the star of Castle, Nathan Fillion. Apparently. I gotta get some gloss too.
It's so nice.
Again.
He's everywhere. We
Love
keep
that.
finding him.
All right, over at Attack of the Show, our writers favor the just got mugged look, I think. By a bottle of Jack is what they got mugged by. But as a mystery novelist, Richard Castle, Nathan Fillion is the best dressed and most charming scribe in all of television land.
Hi, Nathan.
Hang on 1 second. 1 second. 3, 2, and we're on.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi. Sorry about that satellite delay. It's really awkward
So
here.
weird.
Now, you live for this show, don't you?
I love this stuff. What do you mean? Do you mean Castle?
Yes,
What do you mean?
Castle.
Yeah, I
Not
live for
our
this.
show.
This is good.
No, how about the con, though, the convention floor? I mean, you love this.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. This.
I'm Regis.
You. Nice
this
to
is
meet you.
Kelly.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure, yeah. We're on Daytime Live now, and you're going to teach us how to make a souffle. You love walking around this thing, but you can't walk around as Nathan Fillion. You will be mugged to death.
I did some shopping this morning. I did it in disguise. I won't tell you what my disguise
yeah,
is.
then it won't work
because
again.
it's the only disguise I brought.
Did people penetrate the disguise? Did they?
People saw through my disguise. I think it's my hulking, manly body.
Probably it. Yeah, it's devastatingly handsome. I hate.
It could have been cheers. It could have been laughs. I'm glad it was cheers.
Now, what's your favorite memory? You've been here so many years. Is there a moment that sticks out at the convention for you?
Kevin, I owe a lot of my success and my
Your
nerd
stature in this
factor,
world?
my nerd factor, if that's a new word now.
Yeah.
To a great show I did a long time ago called Firefly. It's thank you.
What's that again?
It's almost. I said Firefly.
Oh, Firefly!
It's a mandatory applause line at the convention.
But it was almost 10 years ago. It's been
10?
Yeah. I think next year is going to
Really?
be its 10-year anniversary of its tragic cancellation. So I always think to myself, how much longer can this possibly last? A couple years ago, I met a guy. He was about this high. He couldn't have been 6 years old, dressed head to toe like Malcolm Reynolds. And it just gave my heart
That's
a little start because I
adorable.
know if we can get him that young,
Yeah.
I
It's
can
gonna
still
last
be
a
cool at
lifetime, man.
Comic-Con for ages.
Are you kidding me? You got the conventions locked down
Yeah.
by the end of ages.
Yes, that's my
I hope
my
you went
goal.
down and said, by the way, I'm owed some royalty money for that. Give me a couple bucks. The kid needs to
To the
learn.
6-year-old.
He needs to learn, Candace.
It's a cruel world.
You're awful. Now, what's on tap for tomorrow's Castle panel?
All right, tomorrow we have John Huertas, we have Seamus Dever, Tamala Jones is going to be with us. I'm going to be there, Molly Quinn. We're not going to have a lot of the writers with us,
Really?
which is
Yeah.
unusual. None of the writers or producers are going to be there. It's just the cast.
Why did y'all decide to do it that way?
Just the face. There's going to be. It's all going to be surface.
That's all
stuff.
that matters.
All surface.
I mean,
stuff.
what's bringing them in, huh? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to change the topic a lot. They're going to talk about what's coming up, and I don't know. So I'm going to change the
It's gonna
subject.
Now,
That's
do you
a good
really
question.
not know, or are you just telling us that?
We just started filming. I know a couple of little tidbits that are coming up, and I emailed my producer for a cheat sheet.
Oh, nice.
What really is
Okay.
coming up? So I'm gonna refer to my phone a couple times.
okay.
I'm sure.
Now, I know you're a fan of everything that goes on here, but are there particular shows or franchises or products that you
Well, I like Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Game
Game
of
of Thrones?
I'm sorry, man. That stuff has got me on fire.
Did you read the books or you just hopped in on the series?
I fell in love with the series, went to the book, read the first book, went back, saw the series again, saw how loyal it was to the book, made me very happy, and now I'm on the second book. So don't spoil it if you see me out there. Don't spoil the ending.
Don't tell him when he's out there in his costume that you won't recognize him in.
It certainly is a Game of Thrones costume.
Now
that would be cool.
Now you almost there was something going on with your Twitter where you almost didn't make it to the convention. You were kind of holding your appearance hostage, I was told.
I had a panel scheduled with Nerd Headquarters, and I couldn't make it. I had to work. That's how work kind of reigns supreme.
Right.
So I had an emergency panel today. We just had it. It was very, very successful.
You break some glass and had an emergency panel.
There's always a panel behind the glass.
Right. And you shattered it. But what you wanted to get to
I shattered it.
a million followers on Twitter? What?
Oh yes.
Oh,
is that
you're
what
just under?
Yeah.
So here's what happened. I've got nearly 1 million followers.
That's
on
incredible.
Twitter.
1 million followers.
I don't know if there's a cake or
I think
something.
there's a cake or someone shoots out of something when you
I'm-
get to 1 million.
There's a lot that could happen.
Well, good luck getting
Ashton
there. I'm
Kutcher
sure it'll
shows
happen
up
like
and
a
says,
day.
"Not bad.
Hey,
not bad.
1 million, kid."
Lady Gaga.
Keep it going." Well, I think I think you gained another 12 or 13 followers. So
I
congratulations.
sure hope so. I sure hope so.
Nathan, thank you so much for
What a
joining
pleasure.
us.
Thank
It's
you
such
very
a
much.
So nice to chat with
pleasure.
you.
Pleasure.
Thanks for coming on, Nathan.
Thank you.
And guess what? Another Comic-Con draws to an end. So it's time for us to stop and reflect on everything that we learned this year.
All right, so Comic-Con 2011 has been a nerd buffet.
Yes.
So it's time to pick our favorite meals. Blair Butler, what do you got?
The Walt Simonson Thor Artist Deluxe Edition. It's crazy. It's this iconic run of Thor done in black and white, all the original artwork. It's amazing. Plus, you get to hold Thor's hammer.
That's pretty cool.
Miss Underwood?
Oh gosh, it's hard to choose. I've done so many cool things, but if I have to choose one, I'd say zip-lining into a pile of Playboy bunnies was pretty awesome.
That would be fun for me too. Chris Gore, I know you're going to say boobs. Do you have something else?
Well, actually, alliteratively speaking, Batman, you know, boobs, Batman. But yeah, anything I saw Batman was awesome. And then just actually talking to Jessica Biel, you would have appreciated it, Sarah.
Yeah, sexy.
And we compared shoes. Of course, I have my custom-made Batman Converse here, so
Pretty good
it's
stuff.
good. Yeah.
For me personally, I know we've seen a bunch of cool stuff. The 2012 Lego Superheroes collection. Oh my God, I can't wait to do that. It's going to be so much fun. Either way, though, can we get an Avengers Assemble
Right on.
for next year's Comic-Con?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Avengers Assemble!
Is wrapping up for us. I gotta say, my favorite thing so far, while I highly enjoyed Danny Pudi roaming the floors of Comic-Con, it's gotta be doing the robot with Wolverine. I mean, come on. He was so awesome. Do it with me, guys. Oh my gosh, He-Man is flexing his pecs. We're all doing the robot. Yeah, I loved it. Also, I got to talk to Conan the Barbarian, and he is hot. That was fantastic. Really, I love all you guys. The costumes here are unreal. Look at that. There we go. You're missing me. That's He-Man's pet. All right, I'm going to stay here and do this. I want to hear from Kevin and Candace.
Thank you, Allison. Another one for the books, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking by us. Candace, you are no longer a noob. Congratulations.
No, I'm not. Thank you.
Well, what are your impressions of the con?
Well, this has been the most outrageous experience. The live show from up here and getting to see everyone walk by at all times is just mind-blowing. The panel today was incredible.
Yeah.
Jon Favreau on the show. I'm getting so excited. I'm tripping. What about you, Kevin?
You know, I got to agree. I mean, this show has been incredible. We got anybody and everybody you'd want to meet or greet here at Comic-Con. The fans down there were absolutely incredible. Their energy really got us through. So thank you to everybody who was here. But not to be too self-centered, our panel was so awesome this morning.
gosh.
For those who couldn't attend, there were 2,000 people lined up to come in and drink awkward things and ask us questions. It was so good. But right now, it's time for a sneak peek at the new Marvel anime series. Thank you all for watching, and good night from Comic-Con!